A Napa guy knows not to judge a man by his car's multicolored paint job or absence of modern gadgetry. Who cares if it's technically old enough to vote and the windows are powered by the strength of your left arm? Your monthly payment is zero, and it'll stay that way. Because with over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, you can keep anything on the road. She may not be pretty, but she's all yours. That's Napa know-how.
Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
What's going on, folks? And thank you for tuning in with me to another edition of True Capitalist Radio. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. I know that the markets are looking pretty grim, to say the least. But let's say it like this. If you're a capitalist, it's still Baller Friday. You know what? I went out, even though I saw losses in the market, I went out and took some of the profits that I've had during this damn increase post-quantitative easing too, and I decided to go ahead and continue bottom feeding. There is no way these equities markets sustain these levels, and if it does, I think that's it for the entire global economy. So I'm willing to bet on the fact that if America goes, then everybody goes, and we're not going to be the only ones holding our pricks in our hand, to say the least. So I don't believe that's going to happen, and if it does happen, well, it's going to happen to everybody. So bottom line is, folks, this is helter-skelter market once again, but I'm still celebrating Baller Friday, baby. I've got Johnny Walker Blue Label, baby. That's right, I still went out there and bought myself a Blue Label bottle. I cracked it open right now. I'm actually got it on ice. You know, love on the rocks. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and take a sip. This is episode number 107 for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist broadcast. Let me go ahead and take a sip of this here. Man, I put a lot of ice in there. Put a lot of ice on that one. I don't like that one. Next time around, I'm just going to go ahead and continue. Just no more ice. Continue on with the flow of Johnny Walker Blue Label. Oh, man, even though it's, a bad, dismal day in the markets, to say the least, I'm still excited about Baller Friday. I think we're going to have a great time today. I hope you have a great time, folks. I'm feeling it, man. Feeling excited up in this bitch, you know? I don't mean to be cursing here, but I'm excited. And not to mention, I went out bottom feeding out here in the markets, and if you were in the markets today, I'm sure you were probably taking it in the teeth. And before we get into that, folks, I'd like for everybody to please retweet the broadcast, all right? There's all kinds of little buttons underneath the player. You got little Facebook like buttons. And let me tell you something. I don't appreciate nobody, Facebooking liking the last program. It was like 2 or 3 people that Facebook liked it. That's garbage. I'm going to be checking on the Facebook likes, and if there's not that many Facebook likes, I'm just going to close up shop, go out to 6th Street. It's Miller time, baby. So, moreover, use and abuse those little buttons underneath the player is what I'm saying. And, of course, folks, if you want to have a shout-out right now over the broadcast, well, by God, you know what to do. You go to my Twitter account, folks, and if you don't know the Twitter account by now, well, by God, it is Ghost Politics. All right? Ghost Politics, all one word, no underscores. Here it is right here, folks. Don't listen to anybody else posting any other. There's my name. There it is. a Twitter account, and we will, and I say this, we will give a shout-out to anyone who retweets the first tweet on that broadcast. So let me see if anybody's done this so far. I know we're in the beginning of the broadcast, but you never know. So let's check it out here. What do we got? We got some people retweeting. Already 5 people retweeting. Thank you very much. We got my ass reeks. You asshole. We got Rolf Blast. We got Rubrica-Lou. What's going on? We got Logan Dorkins. What's going on, Logan? We got Brony Blowjob. That's horrible. I mean, it's early in the show for this kind of crap, man. Can you people just pipe down with the little juvenile names, trying to make me look like a jag-off? It's Baller Friday, man. Anyway, it's Vlad Gina. And that's all who's retweeted thus far. And I want to hear from you, 646-652-4869. But before we get into anything else, I'd like to get into the markets. Dismal day, to say the least. We have gone below 12,000 in the Dow Jones Industrials. And once again, I see no reason for this other than that it's a helter-skelter market. Once again, folks, the investors in the investment community, and you have to look at the volume index, folks. I mean, the volume index has been very low volume ever since, at least January. If you take a look at the chart at the VIX, the volatility index, I mean, it's just low volatility, or high volatility, low volume. High volatility, low volume, for Christ's sake. And this is what you're continuing to see. The investors skittish. They've lost the fundamentals. They don't know which way to turn. They're reacting purely on news. They're reacting purely on reports. I mean, it's disgraceful. You know what I'm saying? It's just utter disgrace. And I can't believe that the investors in this investment community can't grow some balls and realize that, hey, the American economy isn't going anywhere. And if it is, the whole world's going to collapse. I mean, you know how many people have a vested interest in the American economy flourishing? I mean, that's why you even have China even flexing nuts a little bit. I better not talk about China. We'll have to bring in Mr. Fortune Cookie. I don't want to do that today. But even China is concerned about all the U.S. treasuries that they hold. They're the majority holder of U.S. treasuries. So, and they're even a little concerned about our fiscal irresponsibility. And it doesn't seem like any idiots in Wall Street seem to be getting this. You got both sides playing politics out here. You have the Federal Reserve attempting to try to continue some kind of a monetary policy with our government on the spending button, for Christ's sake. And it's coming to a header, folks. It really is. I mean, something's got to give. I know there's a lot of folks out there that are pissing and moaning that I don't want to cut the programs. I don't want to cut nothing. Something has to be cut. All right, I know there's a lot of people out there that are thinking that, we can continue to tax the hell out of successful people and continue to grow government, grow bureaucracy, grow entitlements, and it's just not going to happen because at some point, us capitalists, we're just going to get up and leave and go to another goddamn country where they're pro-open markets, less regulation, low taxation. I mean, there are many governments, South America, Asia, right now, that are, more than willing to open up their borders. They're opening up their borders now for foreign investment and low taxation. So all I'm saying is, folks, this is what all these investors are reacting to. It's a lot of uncertainty out here. I know that the Federal Reserve is trying to make the investors believe that quantitative easing 3 is out of the question, but there's no possibility that the Federal Reserve is not going to institute some sort of quantitative easing 3. There just has to be. I think that the Federal Reserve is trying to backstep on any kind of quantitative easing. For you folks that are unfamiliar with economics, quantitative easing is nothing more than printing more money. We've already had 2 phases of this. The second phase, which is quantitative easing 2, has ended. Actually, it hasn't ended. It ends this month. On June of this month, it ends the 30th. There's not going to be anything else that is going to continue to sustain this economy afloat because there is no economic indicator giving any kind of credibility that there's going to be some substantial growth. Now, I know that people are saying that QE3 isn't coming, that the Federal Reserve is holding staunch on this particular subject. I think they have no choice. I suspect that we are going to see an increase as we go into the summertime, back to school time, going into the holidays. We're going to see some increases. I think that the consumer as a whole, through the months of January to May, have been withholding a lot of their spending habits. They've been cutting back. I mean, you can tell in a lot of the decreased demand in certain commodities, decreased demand in certain retailers. I mean, it's amazing to me that we have Walmart and Target and these types of mass consumer-based retailers posting, numbers that aren't meeting up to the street's expectations here for the past couple of quarters. I mean, it's amazing to me, given the fact that you have these retailers that are, basically bottoming out prices. They're supposed to be the lowest end retailer possible, and they're not meeting the street's expectations for profitability and their fundamentals on balance sheets. And then you've got companies, and I hate to keep reiterating these companies, but these high-end retailers like Williams and Sonoma. And if you haven't been into a Williams and Sonoma, it's like overpriced kitchen crap. It's really what it is. I mean, it is worth the price if you do appreciate, cooking and that sort of thing. But I mean, literally, you go into Williams and Sonoma, which is a retail outlet typically in shopping centers and malls. You're literally going to go in there, get a pan, a searing pan. You're going to drop at least $300. You go in there, look for a decent-looking chrome spatula or something, some kind of silvery spatula, you're dropping at least $75. I kid you not, this is a high-end retailer, all right, Williams and Sonoma, all right, and they have been posting better than expected earnings. Now, can somebody explain this? How in the world can Walmart, given the fact that it's a mass retailer that is bottoming out prices, I mean, they're still perplexed on why the consumer isn't consuming more, given the fact that they have rock bottom a whole bunch of prices. And then you got Williams and Sonoma, who are just these high-end retail, not just Williams and Sonoma, Tiffany's. The jeweler was, they increased their profits this quarter by, 20, 30%, something like that? I mean, you've got these high-end retailers posting these great gains, and believe it or not, that's where I personally have been seeking out some short-term gains, as I look at a lot of these equities in the equities market, take it in the teeth by this helter-skelter investment community. You got to go where the money's at. You got to go where the investors are, going to be flocking to, because they're obviously reacting to news. They're reacting to economic data, so on and so forth. And it just goes to show you, just based upon the numbers that are being released by Wall Street, that there is being class warfare being implemented by the American government. Because remember, a lot of these policies that have been implemented for the past couple of years were implemented by these stimulus package 2s and these over-regulations. They have this new consumer agency with this dumb four-eyed bimbo that's going around, some kooky cat lady, I forgot her goddamn name. But you know what I'm talking about. They got all this garbage, they got all this crap. And I'm just telling the investor out there that right now, I know there's a lot of people running scared, but it's a great bottom-feeding opportunity. You want to get to companies that you know are going to withstand the test of time, that are, not going anywhere. And even if they do decrease in value, you want to be able to be for certain that at some point in time when the news comes their way, these stocks are going to pop. I mean, I hate to keep reiterating this story, but Green Mountain Coffee Roasters is a perfect example. Another example, Lululemon Athletica. These are two stocks that are just have gone through the roof within the past 4 to 5 months based upon news, profits, and just announcements in general. Green Mountain Coffee Roasters went up 50-60% in one day, all right? 50-60% in one day when they announced that they were going to have their products in Starbucks coffee houses throughout the United States of America. Lululemon Athletica is this new trend of athletic gear for these people who do yoga or some crap, some kind of new age hooey, some kind of garbage. I don't know why this is profiting. This is an $80. It closed out today at $86 a share. All they sell is dumbass yoga gear, and they're making money. Do you understand the trend I'm trying to tell you folks here, folks? If you're going to be looking for plays in the short term, at least for the next 6 months, go into some of these high-end retailers. The rich are spending the money out here. The Poe in America and the middle class, if there's anything left, thanks to this goddamn liberal regime that has implemented these socialist programs, the middle class are taking it in the teeth, man. You know, the middle class are taking it in the teeth. And the reason is because there's no job creation. The reason there's no job creation is because of this goddamn this garbage that's happening in our government. So anyway, before I didn't mean to get off on that prelude there, folks, but it's really serious. I know there's a lot of investors out there that are scared. If you have a company that meets up to the True Capitalist Radio's 3 keys to success, 3 keys to success when holding an equity. The first key is good fundamentals. I mean, do they have cash on hand? Do they have a low debt to earnings ratio? Do they have a good balance sheet? Do they have, these types of fundamental key technical factors? The second, do they have demand? And this is just more than short-term demand. You want demand that's going to be in at least for the next 3 years. And third, and most integral, profitability. Profitability. Even if you buy into a stock on the low, there has to be some kind of forecasted, not just forecasted, but foreseeable profit within the next, 2 to 3 years if you were a long-term investor. And let me tell you, if you fall in the category of at least 2 of those 3, you should be just fine. Long-term investor reigns supreme, so don't be like these ass clowns that are out here in the investment community running scared like a bunch of chickens without heads. I mean, this is just a temporary retraction. I mean, the American economy isn't going anywhere. We do have to get fiscally responsible with our government, and moreover, we have to curb these regulations on business, and we have to, at least bring in some kind of a tax cut or tax initiative to spur entrepreneurship and job growth. Anyway, let me move on. The Dow Jones Industrials closes out today at 11,951.90, a decrease of 172.45 points. You heard me correctly. A decrease of 172.45 points, for Christ's sake. I mean, that's a percentage decrease of 1.42%. Almost 1.5% on the Dow Jones Industrials today alone. I mean, the Dow Jones Industrials is like 30-something companies. Jesus Christ. Anyway, we got the S&P 500 also going down a considerable amount. It's down 18 points today. That's a percentage decrease of 1.40%, and it's closing out today at 1,270.98 points. NASDAQ closes out today at 2,643.73 points. That's a decrease of 41.14 points, percentage decrease of 1.53%. I mean, this is horrible. This is just horrible. This makes me want to puke, for Christ's sake. Where's my drink? Where's my drink, for Christ's sake? I need a drink. Especially some of this Blue Label, baby. Oh, yeah, it's some good stuff, baby. Love of the rocks. Oh, man, there's nothing like taking like a $20 sip there. Anyway, Brent crude. Let's go to the commodities here because at least some kind of retraction is being seen in the energy markets, folks. And we were going to talk about this later, but believe it or not, I know earlier in the week I was talking about how OPEC is refusing to up its production levels to curb the spike in oil prices. And the reason is because you got America's foes in OPEC voting against it, Iran, Venezuela, and Iraq. The people we liberated, the assholes that we put in power, these people actually have the audacity to, vote against an increase in production. Oh, my God, what a bunch of inconsiderate pricks. But anyway, our boys out there in Saudi Arabia, and luckily they're thinking with their financial, sphere of consciousness, and not this Allah Akbar madrasa crap. Because, and we're going to talk about this later, Saudi Arabia is defying OPEC and is going to increase production anyway. It's going to increase production anyway, and I think that's pretty ballsy of the royal family, and I think it's because they know that, they can't afford their portfolios taking any more of a hit because of high energy costs. Because remember, Saudi Arabia has a huge financial interest in America, and they don't. And whenever these big time stocks take big hits like this, I mean, these guys are losing hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean, anytime some of these blue chip stocks go up or down about 2 or 3 points, these guys are losing hundreds of millions of dollars. And a lot of these gains that we've been seeing ever since the implementation of QE2 has been completely wiped out. So unfreaking believable. Anyway, I'm glad to see that these dumbass royal family Saudi Arabian turban-wearing, camel jockey jerk-offs are finally starting to think with their capitalist sphere of consciousness and not, falling in line with this Mohammed, is great or whatever. Anyway, Brent crude oil is down $1.19 today. That's a percentage decrease of 1%, closing out today at $118.38 per barrel of Brent crude oil. Gasoline futures are down $5.25. I'd like to see that come down a little bit more so that the consumers can go out and buy again. We got heating oil futures down about $4.18. We got natural gas future bottom feeders coming up. We saw a dramatic, sell-off yesterday. We got some bottom feeders coming in today, up 8 cents, a percentage increase of 1.90%. We've got WTI sweet crude, which is the crude oil that is consumed by America. We're seeing it take a dramatic spike downward. It is down $3.05 today, a percentage decrease of 3% on the day, closing out today at $98.88 per barrel of WTI sweet crude. I mean, that's great, but I think it may be a little bit too late. I don't know, I don't know. Anyway, let's get through the agriculture and the metals, and then let's get to your calls. Let's get to the subject matters. Agriculture, canola futures down $2.60. Cocoa continues its spike. Oh, man, if you like to shove a couple of damn candy bars down your gullet, this is going to hit you in the pocketbook. We're seeing increases once again in cocoa. It has increased $12 today. Coffee is down modestly, $1.50. Corn futures were up. It was a very volatile market. You know what I mean? A very volatile market, for Christ's sake, in the corn futures. But once again, I'm glad to see that we saw it come down here at the end of the day. They are down $1.50, percentage decrease of 0.21%. And, I heard today a couple of guys in the pits in one of these shows on Fox Business actually confirm that, people should start looking at the corn futures market as a gauge on consumerism and how the market is affecting commodities in general. It's a general gauge, much like oil is to a certain extent, and that's why I always cover it. That's why I make a big deal about it. That's why it pisses me off to see high prices in corn, because it not only affects people that eat corn cobs and eat side orders of corn with their meals or anything of that nature, but you just think about everything that uses high fructose corn syrup. You take a look at those poor Mexicans in Mexico that they use corn to make their freaking tortillas and their tamales and, their gorditas and all that other stuff, man. All that's corn. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and then we wonder why they're coming over here to to America to try to work, for Christ's sake. I mean, they're coming over here because there's cheaper tortillas and they can afford them out here. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's continue going now. We got cotton futures up 66 cents today, honestly. We've got wheat futures down $3.75. We've got sugar futures up 55 cents today. You know what I'm saying? 55 cents. That's a percentage increase, folks, on sugar markets of 2.29%. So, everybody's getting ready for the summer. You know what I'm saying? They're going to buy those, shaved ice and, the popsicles, and they're going to buy the ice cream cones, and they're going to buy all this nonsense. And I think that you're seeing some sugar plays happening right before our eyes. We've got lumber futures down $9.10, and that's because of the bad, horrific situation in the real estate market, man. It's not looking very good for real estate, even though you have certain talking heads in the news out here trying to pump and dump these goddamn real estate areas. But I think real estate's still a good market to invest in. I mean, if you're somebody that has enough capital to be able to put down 20% on a piece of property, I think that you should investigate what exactly the property entails, what's in the radius, check out how many homeowners are in the vicinity as opposed to renters. I think you need to look for apartment complexes, because let me tell you something, an apartment complex, especially if you're in a nice suburban neighborhood, the worst thing you could get is a goddamn apartment complex. You know, I mean, let me tell you something. The apartment complexes ruined communities. Unless you're in the inner city, of course. I moved here to the inner city. It seems like yesterday, but I think it was like a couple of years ago, a year and a half ago. I was out there in Leander, which is in the outskirts of Austin, Texas. And now that I'm in the inner city, living in a damn high-rise condominium out here, you know, living large, I mean, I can understand why folks are renting apartments in the city. I mean, you know, a lot of the folks in Austin, Texas just kind of walk to work. They kind of walk everywhere. Everything is within close proximity. It's beautiful out here, and I can understand why people in the inner city are renting. But if you're one of these individuals in the suburbs that put down on a house, and you hear about some goddamn apartment complex moving within the at least 2 or 3 mile radius, I mean, you better make sure you go out and take your goddamn homeowners that are friends of yours in your neighborhood and protest that son of a bitch. Because just imagine the kind of scumbags that are going to be in that apartment complex. These idiots don't care. The apartment complexes don't care. They're taking idiots that, got 5, 10 kids, as long as they're paying their rent. It's disgusting. It's disgraceful. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let me move on, folks. I'm getting kind of long-winded here. Let's get oat futures are down, or up. Excuse me. Oat futures are up 50 cents. They were down earlier. We got soybean. We already talked about soybeans. Soybeans down $5. Soybean oil futures are down 55 cents. Wool is up modestly $1. And we go to the metals market. I don't know what the hell's going on with these assholes in the metals markets, for Christ's sake. I mean, you would think that if you have uncertainty in the markets out here spawned by a lack of fiscal responsibility by the government, that one of the first things that an investor would think about going to hedge against inflation is the metals. But no, you got these idiots going to treasuries. These idiots going to treasuries, for Christ's sake. Helter-skelter. Anyway, I'm still bullish on metals, man. I mean, as long as our government is going to continue to spend these, deficits and continue to, deplete and debase the American currency, I'm still bullish on these metals. Copper's down though, 665 today, a percentage decrease, of 1.61%. Gold is down $10.30. God damn! I mean, it's down percentage-wise 0.67%. Closing out today at $1,532.40 per troy ounce of gold. And silver even took it worse in the balls. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, it is down to $1.26. That's a percentage decrease of 3.38%. I mean, God damn it. I mean, what are you idiots in the investment community thinking, man? Why don't you take your heads out of your asses and grow some balls, for Christ's sake? Give me a drink. Give me a drink here. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That tastes better. Anyway, silver closes out today at $36.16 per troy ounce of silver. We even saw some decreases in the livestock. Live cattle futures are down $1.95. That's a decrease of 1.85%. We got cattle feeder futures down $1.70. That's a percentage decrease of 1.36%. That just goes to show you that people ain't out there buying beef anymore. You know, they're buying ramen noodles, or they're going to McDonald's, for Christ's sake. They're taking advantage of fast food dollar menus. I mean, food should be the last thing, folks, you should be cutting back on. You know what I mean? I think that there is a direct correlation with the amount of feminine males that are roaming the streets of America today and the type of food that has been fed to them in schools and in the, I'm not going to name names, but certain fast food arenas, cheap foods, that sort of thing. I think there's a direct correlation of depriving males, steaks, sirloins, hamburgers that are actually made out of beef. You know what I mean? I mean, that's all I'm saying, man. I mean, feed your kids some beef, all right? And anybody who tries to sell you like 2 all-meat patties, you know, hey, we've got 2 steaming all-meat patties. That could legally mean anything. That could legally mean that's kangaroo meat, that's horse meat. I kid you not. It has to legally say beef for you to know for certain that it's cow. I mean, that's why you had Taco Bell recently taken to court by some group stating that they weren't putting, the appropriate legal percentage of beef into their tacos to legally call it beef. That's why whenever you hear any of these fast food industry idiots say, oh, yeah, we've got 2 hot, juicy patties of meat. Meat could legally mean any freaking thing. Anything. So you could be eating goddamn platypus meat or something if you're down there in Australia. You know what I'm saying? You could be eating a rat burger. I mean, for all you know, for Christ's sake. You know, as a matter of fact, have y'all ever seen this crap on Discovery Channel called Hog Hunters? You know, where these idiots go out to ranches and, kill these goddamn, wild hogs that eat up the goddamn land out there. Have y'all seen that? Hog Hunters or whatever the hell it's called. I forgot what the hell it's called. You know what they do to that with that out there? They take the meat from these hogs and they shred it and they put it in, some kind of edible form, and they give it to the Poe in America. They say it on the goddamn program. I kid you not. Wild hogs. You know what I mean? I kid you not, man. Anyway, let me go on. Speaking of hogs, lean hog futures are up, continuing their bullish run for the past week, for Christ's sake. Let me tell you, it is up 27 cents. It's modestly up, a percentage increase of 0.30%. And that, my friends, is the markets for your ass, baby. Thank you very much for tuning in with me. You're listening to True Capitalist Radio. And, of course, please retweet the program. If you want some props right now on the broadcast or a shout-out, retweet the first tweet on my account. Here it is, Ghost Politics. Let's go ahead and give some shout-outs to those that are actually retweeting the broadcast, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ, we got a whole bunch of idiots. I mean, not idiots, but people, well, half idiots, half peeps that are supporting the show. Those that are retweeting and supporting the show, thank you very much. Those assholes that are making these dumbass dummy accounts to make me sound like a jagoff, screw you, all right? I hope you get cancer of the penis, all of you idiots. Anyway, let me see what we got here. We got Bust a Nut, all right? I'm not saying that racially charged name. We got Shannon Loves Matt. Oh, look at that. Yeah, some chick saying that she loves you. That's sweet. Lube Mike Crack. Oh, screw you. I hope AZ kills Texas. Screw you too, all right? Screw you too. My Drew Peacock. Texas failed state. We're not a failed state, boy. We're the best state in the union. I mean, there's so much economic opportunity out here. You got all these carpetbaggers coming in. All these carpetbaggers coming into this state trying to get some work. You want to know why? Because this is the place to be, baby. Real estate prices have gone up out here while everybody else has lost money on their real estate. This is Texas. You understand that, boy? Texas. I think you better recognize, all of you, all right? You come down here to Texas and talk that malarkey and see if your ass don't get stomped a mud hole in, boy. Tell you that right now. And look at, Texas has high obesity rates. You want to know why? Because we raise the cattle, baby. You understand? We raise the best meat in the world. We have all the crops in our control. You understand? We can do that. You understand? We can do that sort of thing, boy. I know that y'all are, out there in some, subterranean pissing ground somewhere in this part of the country. You're a little envious of the amount of real estate and the amount of, natural resources that Texas has under its control. And you're a little upset at the economic prosperity that we're having in this state. Hey, look, it's your fault, technically, if your state or your municipality, sucks, the chrome off of a 57 Chevy bumper. It's your fault. I mean, this is a country made for the people and by the people. Don't envy my state, boy. Don't envy Texas. Because you're going to get me upset. And I'm telling you right now, you come down here and talk that garbage in Texas, you get your ass whooped. Anyway, I'm sorry, folks. I didn't mean to get off on a tirade there, but once again, I was trying to give some shout-outs, and, these idiots are making fun of my steak. My state, excuse me. You could tell I'm hungry. I don't want a goddamn nice prime rib T-bone. All right, we got Isaac Hunt. We got Stinky Condom. I'm not saying that one. We got Niche Ers. We got screw you, assholes. We got Full Ashio. We got, I'm not saying that I'm not saying these communist names. Oh yeah, Brony for Life. And for all you folks that are unfamiliar, the Brony movement has unfortunately taken control. Not only the Brony movement, but it seems to me that there's a big gay contingent that listens to the True Capitalist radio show. I mean, I didn't realize how many, homosexuals and literally feminine men that listen to the True Capitalist radio broadcast because, you just hear them. I mean, when they call up, and I'm going to take some calls right now, I want you to listen to the feminine vernacular that is being projected on this show. This is not fake. This is live, folks, all right? For you folks that are just tuning in and saying, is this real? I mean, I don't know. It's real. It's live. And speaking of live, folks, let's just go ahead and move into the first subject matter of the day. When we broke this story, Anthony Weiner, Weinergate, and the only reason I'm bringing it up today is because these idiots in New York, wherever the hell district that this idiot represents, these stupid scumbags out there actually don't want this guy to resign. They actually are like, I don't think he should resign. He's human, and everybody, makes mistakes. And, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, for Christ's sake? I mean, these New Yorkers should be ashamed of themselves, trying to sit here and say that he shouldn't resign. I mean, what district is this? They need to phase out that district. They need to do a whole new, redistricting, and gerrymander that goddamn district out of existence. Merge two districts together, because this is ridiculous. It's obvious these people don't know their asses from their elbow. They're going to allow some scumbag like, what's his name, Anthony Weiner, to sit here and not only lie and say that there was a federal crime implemented on his Twitter account and blaming hackers, so on and so forth. He lies to the American people and is just completely evasive, tries to dictate the conversation, dictate the investigation. He's a stupid, disgusting, power-hungry scumbag. And I think that Anthony Weiner should be ashamed of himself. And folks, there was a caller here before the story broke nationally that his wife, Humma Weiner, is pregnant 3 months, for Christ's sake. So, I mean, I don't know why he even released this. I don't know why they couldn't keep this under wraps. I mean, what is this? Does this justify him, rubbing one out to a couple of Facebook sluts? I mean, is that why the Weiner team decided to release this? That Humma Weiner was 3 months pregnant. Like she was pregnant. She was pregnant, for Christ's sake. What are you talking about? He had to rub a couple of them out. You know what I'm talking about? She was not, putting out. You know what I'm talking about. She's an Arab broad. She wasn't putting out, for Christ's sake. You know what I'm talking about? So I had to go out there, and I had to, look for a couple of Facebook sluts, rub one out, and that's all there is to it. No, that's not all there is to it. The cover-up is worse than the actual devious deed that you've done, Weiner. If you would have just came out and said, look, I did it, I'm sorry. I mean, I just have these Twitter and Facebook accounts, and, these bimbos were private messaging me. They were showing tits and ass, and they were saying what they wanted to do with my Johnson, and, I mean, it was just luring sexual carnality, and I felt suspect to it, and I just want to give my sincere apologies to my family. If he would have just came out and did that, everything would have just kind of blown over. But no, this idiot tried to be Mr. Cocky, and Mr. Evasive, and Mr. Liar. What a piece of shit, Excuse my French, folks, but what a piece of garbage. I want to hear from what you have to say. 646-652-4869. Weiner's constituency doesn't want him to step down or resign. If you were a part of if you were a part of Weiner's constituency, would you want this man to step down? I just want to know. Okay, let's take some calls. 513 area code. You're on the air.
Hey, how's it going, Ghost?
How's it going, man?
Good, man. I called you a couple weeks ago about your take on the video game industry. Yeah. Yeah, you didn't quite like it so much. I'm inclined to believe agree with that now. Anyway, I'm thinking about moving out of Cincinnati down to your great state of Texas. What do you think? I used to live in Houston, more specifically Spring, but I'm debating on moving to Austin to be closer to the true capitalist.
Well, let me tell you, Austin, Texas is growing. I mean, there's high-rise condominiums being built as we speak. I'm looking at them out here. There's a lot of growth. Moreover, the Austin culture actually embraces the small business. So if you happen to be a small entrepreneur investing in small business, this is the perfect opportunity to come into. I mean, we really do. As members of the Austin community embrace small business. That's why, you don't see too many corporate names in Austin other than headquarters. I mean, those are the only corporate names that are in abundant in this town because we actually support the small business, unlike most of these hypocritical ass clowns out here that, piss and moan about Walmart and piss and moan about all these multinationals coming in and taking up the mom-and-pop shop when, Austin will tell you that, the consumer, where they spend their money, should show you that it's an actual political statement. So you just take a look out here if you happen to visit here, sir. There's so many small businesses out here, independent business owners making lots of capital, living large, living lavish. You take a look at the downtown area out here. There's so many cars. There are Mercedes-Benz, Lexus. I mean, you see limos. I mean, any car that you could imagine. Bentley, Rolls-Royce. They're all rolling around on the downtown area. It's very lavish, lush. I love it, man.
Well, my question to you, Ghost, is if I was to move down to Austin, is there any possible way that you could be like my mentor, my protege? I could be like an apprentice to you.
Oh, man. Well, you're asking a little bit too much from me there, son. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what's your credentials?
Oh, I don't have nothing, man. I'm learning from scratch. I want to learn how to be a true capitalist. I'm
well, how old
to
are
Austin, Texas. I'm 29.
29? What have you been doing for at least the 10 years?
Oh, nothing that I can really brag about.
No, come on, man. You gotta, no one can be given anything. You see, that's the thing. I mean, you see, this is what's unfortunate about America. They just want somebody to show them how to do everything. I mean, I'm giving people tools on this broadcast, believe it or not. I'm giving tools for people on this broadcast. Moreover, I'm going to be in the chat room on Capitalist Army tonight, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And, if you want to, have some advice, if you need some help making capital, if you need some help trying to raise funds or trying to figure out a way how to create a startup, whatever the case might be. Well, I'm going to be in that chat room voice chatting, to anybody out there who's a part of the Capitalist Army. I'm going to be helping people become millionaires. I'm not joking. And the only thing I want in return is the props, baby. That's it. That's all I want is the props. I want when all you young people listen to what I say, and when y'all become millionaires, for Christ's sake, I will make sure that I just want my props from you peeps. That's it. I want y'all to say, I remember when I used to listen to Ghost as a kid. I was just trying to look for lulz out here. I was just trying to look for lulz, and lo and behold, he was saying things that made so much sense. So much sense that I had to, be able to become a member of the Capitalist Army and make some serious capital. Now that I've got my startup, or now that I've got my business, or now that I've got my stock portfolio, or now that I've got my whatever investments, and I'm making so much money. I mean, good God. I mean, I'm feeling great. I like to thank Ghost. That's all I want. I want to thank you. That's all I want. If y'all have some corporation that y'all make and shit, and y'all have a humongous building, why don't you put a little Ghost little plaque there or something? You know what I'm saying? I'm not joking, man. I'm serious. I mean, I want to see the success of not only American youth, I want to see the success of youth throughout the international community. You don't understand. We can no longer continue this idea of embracing losers and, trying to equate every human life as some kind of God's little creature, or, so like we have obligation to feed or clothe or house these people. I mean, it makes me sick. I need a drink. For. It cracks me up to see these people out here that just exist and they have no contribution to society whatsoever. And what am I asking? I mean, what are people like myself asking of the world? Just get a freaking job. You understand? Get a freaking job. It doesn't matter what you do for a living. I don't care if you're cleaning enema bags for a living, cleaning shitters. I don't care what you're doing for a goddamn living as long as you're not collecting a government entitlement and you're paying taxes. I mean, don't you feel that if you're paying taxes, that your political authority should supersede these assholes that are doing nothing but taking from your pocket and raping the earth of natural resources? I mean, that just seems fair. That seems fair and square, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? I mean, it just seems fair and square for individuals that are not making any kind of contribution to our civilization to either, put up or shut up. You know, I mean, no more of this nonsense that, we got to clothe these people, we got to house these people. I mean, especially in America. I mean, good God, I don't know. I mean, look, I'm not very, I don't live in certain societies is what I'm trying to say. I know that there's places in the international community where it's not like America. But you have to understand, I'm living in America, folks, no matter where you are. No matter where you are in the international community, all right? These American people have got to be one of the most pompous pieces of crap on the face of the planet. And the only reason I'm saying that, folks, and I hate to say that about my own country, but look at the amount of people that are begging for handouts. Look at the amount of assholes that are begging for government cheese and housing voucher programs and all this other nonsense instead of going out there trying to make an honest living. Look at all the dumbass scumbag Americans that are shitting out children, 4 or 5, 6 different children from 4 or 5, 6 different fathers, for Christ's sake, trivializing life. You understand? Trivializing life. And we're supposed to what? Embrace this as if it's what? Social evolution? Bull crap. This is humanity gone wild. This is no longer the jungle, for Christ's sake, and we need to make sure that the rule of law, civility, freedom, and the opportunity of success is for everyone. The opportunity of prosperity is for everyone, because once we allow these goddamn governments to take control of our prosperity, or we allow these goddamn uncivilized masses to sit here and go completely berserk because we're not feeding their kids, capitalists throughout the international community and America itself are in jeopardy. And I'll be damned if I'm going to allow that to happen. Anyway, folks, let me take another call here. 646-652-4869. We got area code 727. What's going on, man?
Hey, man, real quick, Ghost. I don't have much time, but I just want to get your comments about, you saw where Newt Gingrich's campaign pretty much imploded. A lot of his staff were tied to Governor Perry's campaign staff for governor, and the rumor is that's where they're headed, and that Governor Perry is going to be making a run for president. How do you feel about his, obviously his chances to become the Republican nominee and then to beat Obama, secondly?
I think his chances are great. Are you kidding me? I mean, it would be excellent to see somebody who's pro-business, and especially a Texan in the White House, who will not only implement, anti-regulation and anti-taxation policy as a federal mandate, but he'll also be able to clean up a lot of the mess that has, been partaken by this administration, particularly with this NATO crap. I mean, we're going to talk about this later, but Bob Gates, the outgoing Secretary of Defense, has already said that why are we even funding NATO? I mean, he even utilized the Libyan military theater. 11 weeks into this Libyan military theater, and you've got Gaddafi still making offensives. I mean, this guy is a depleted, regime, and he still has enough fighting power and might to take on the supposed NATO, the alliance that was supposed to take on the Soviet Union, and when it got uppity, for Christ's sake. I mean, this is a joke. And you see, I think that we need somebody like Rick Perry or somebody with some balls in there to start kicking ass, taking names, implementing American policies, and not necessarily American policies, but the economic model of global economics and capitalism. We need this to transpire globally so we can bring these people that are out here living in the third world and, maybe a little bit above into modernity. I think that's it's America's duty, in my personal opinion, to do so. But at the same time, I think that we're neglecting a lot of the things that we're doing here, and we're overspending. We're not doing it fiscally responsible. It's a confusing foreign policy at this point in time, and I think that we need somebody like Rick Perry to come in, much like Bush did, with the exception of the spending that Bush did. Just come in and kick ass and take names, man.
How is he? I haven't, been able to see him a lot, and I haven't gone and YouTube him yet a lot. But how is he with handling the drive-by media with on the spot and shooting from the hip?
No, he's pretty good. He's got he makes sure he has the look for television, and he has the words to appease to the base, and of course he makes sure that he still is consistently tied to a certain conservative element. But for the most part, he is a pro-business. I mean, we have no type of state tax out here. The state is even giving certain business incentives out here to spawn, entrepreneurial growth. And there's a lot of things that the state is doing to embrace private sector business and, grow economies. And that's exactly what's been happening here in this state. I mean, that's why so many people are coming down here making lots of capital, because that's where it's at. I mean, we're not out here taxating the hell out of our people. And even though we had a deficit this year, Rick Perry said we're not going to go into the rainy day fund, which is a fund that Texas has, just in case we come up to some deficits that we can't afford to pay. We kind of go into the rainy day fund, pay those debts, and, we're still fiscally responsible. He said we're not going in there. You know what we're doing? We're cutting education. And let me tell you something, I'm glad he's cutting education. We need more education cuts. We need, private education as the standard of the United States, and public education as a thought of antiquity, if you want my personal opinion. And he's a ballsy bastard, man. I like Rick Perry.
Good deal. All right. I look forward to seeing what he's got to offer, and because I think the field is definitely still wide open, and I think Rick Perry is somebody who has a lot of Tea Party support. He has a lot of grassroots support, and at the same time, I think he has some of the establishment who would lean towards him instead of Mitt Romney. I think Mitt Romney's just too moderate, even for the Karl Rove and the Bushes and the rest of the so-called establishment. So I think Perry could get support at both sides of the spectrum there.
Absolutely, and you're right about Romney. I mean, a little bit too leftist, if you want my personal opinion, and at the same time, he doesn't go back on any of his decisions. He still thinks that the Massachusetts health care plan that's been implemented, that was the model for the federalized Obama health care plan, is actually still a good deal, even though it's taxing the hell out of the people of Massachusetts and throwing them into ridiculous deficits, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, it's got people, I got a buddy in Massachusetts, it's got people literally not even trying to find a job in Massachusetts because they don't want to lose their free health care.
Unreal, man. That's sick. That's really what it is, sick, bro.
So,
all right, man. Well, thank you very much for calling in, and I'm glad that you brought in the info about Newt Gingrich's internal. Well, we knew about them stepping down. We didn't know about them being a part of Rick Perry's inner circle and maybe coming to the other side in hopes of providing a campaign for Perry.
Yep, I think you're gonna see something here pretty soon.
Oh man, I'm excited, man. Thanks a lot for calling in, bro.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. That's 727, avid caller, avid listener. And once again, folks, you want to call in, 646-652-4869. Let's take another caller here. What do we got? 417. Go ahead. You're on the air.
You mad Howard Stern makes more capital than you do?
Shut up, all right? Shut up. Here we go again. Howard Stern sending his minions to siphon listeners from my tens of thousands of true capitalist listeners throughout the world, for Christ's sake. I don't appreciate it. Howard, you freaking 65-year-old Ovaltine drinking, Golden Girls watching, should be humping Betty White and not that 21-year-old blonde bimbo ass clown. Take your stupid minions and stop calling me. Stop calling my show, all right? We know that you're a little upset that Sirius Radio isn't paying you what you thought you were going to get paid because you didn't come through on what you said you were going to come through on. Stop siphoning my tens of thousands of listeners throughout the world there, Howard, all right? I know what you're doing, ass clown. Jesus Christ. 111, you're on the horn. Man, that is a horrible guitar. Can you shove that guitar up your ass? I mean, it sounds like you got fat fingers, and it's hard for you to, like, you know, move your fingers around the frets. You know what I'm saying? You know, you fat, chubby sausages fingers, and just bam, 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 bam. I mean, if your fingers are too fat to move up and down the neck of the guitar and put over the frets and the strings, don't do it. All right? It sounds free. It's horrible. Who else we got going on here? Dunlop, what's up? Fight for your honor. Hey, that's a bomb-ass song, man. Hero, look at me. Live forever. All right, get him off, for Christ's sake. Anyway, the reason I like that song, folks, is because it reminds me of a great movie, the original Karate Kid, until, you know, Jada Pinkett Smith and her dykey-looking ass and, you know, that non-talent having Will Smith produced that dumbass dreadlock kid that they had and actually redid the Karate Kid. That's the worst tragedy of cinematic history. I mean, that is a cinematic disaster, what they did, for Christ's sake. Anyway, I can't believe that they replaced Danielson with this, you know, what kind of acting job is this kid, what is he supposed to be doing here, for Christ's sake? Jesus Christ, just throw a mic in his hand, saggy pants, and tell him to rhyme, you know, 3 or 4 syllable sentences, and just make your money that way with your kid there, Jada Pinkett Smith, you stupid dumb bitch. Jesus Christ, man, no one, I'm telling you, no one's going to live down the unbelievable Oscar performance by Mr. Miyagi and Danielson in the originals, man. I mean, it's just a tragedy, for Christ's sake. Anyway, let me go ahead and take some more calls here. And screw you assholes calling me fruity, for Christ's sake. That was a good movie. That was a good family movie, all right? That's why I liked it. You could watch it with your kids, and you didn't have to, you know, cover their eyes. You didn't have to cover their ears. You know, you didn't have, you know, these spontaneous, disgusting, boobs popping out the shirt. You know, none of this crap. All right, that's all there is to it. Anyway, let me continue going, folks. People are pissing me off trying to say that, you know, watching the original Karate Kid is fruity. You're fruity, all right? You're fruity. Anyway, let me go on here. Let's see, 515. What's up?
Hey, Ghost. I just want to say I'm a capitalist, a long-time listener to your show. Cool. I called in yesterday, and you called me an idiot for being a phony fag. I don't like that.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, you're a little fruity, son. I mean, you know, if you're actually admitting that you're a brony, which is a male that watches My Little Pony, My Little Pony. I mean, there's something wrong with you. Don't you think there's something wrong with that picture, son?
I'm a capitalist.
What?
I'm a capitalist.
You're a capitalist? No, I'm a capitalist. I'm a capitalist, asshole.
I'm a capitalist.
Jesus Christ, you can't even say it with some balls, for Christ's sake. You know, I'm a capitalist. I mean, say it one more time. Oh, he hung up. Oh, come on. I mean, I'm serious, folks. I am surprised at the amount of gay contingent that I have listening to the show. It's unbelievable. It's unfreaking believable. I mean, it's not just homosexuals that are listening in, you know, chafing their private parts, listening to my voice. But it's just these over feminine sounding males that are calling in an attempt to try to. I don't even know. I don't know if they're agitating the show or not. But you are listening to the amount of fruity asses. And I'm going to continue taking calls here, but I want you to notice the feminine vernacular in these pricks. All right. Anyway, let me give some shout-outs to the folks that are retweeting the first tweet on my Twitter account, folks. And if you want some shout-outs, retweet the first tweet on this particular Twitter account, Ghost Politics, right there, folks. No BS. All right, let me go ahead and give some shout-outs, and we're going to take some more calls here. We were supposed to be talking about, Anthony Weiner and his stupid constituency, for Christ's sake, sitting over here saying that it's okay if he went out there and showed his schlong head to the world. We don't care. We don't care if he did it, so we'll still leave him in office. We don't want him to resign. Shut up. People out there should be pistol whipped. All those idiots that say that. Anyway, we got Play Pony Music. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's actually somebody who retweeted the first tweet there. We've got, who else we got? My Lou Spoocy. We've got Ophelia Balls. We've got Capitalist Brony. We got Rob McClitoris. We got Matt 12 Loves Kick. Okay. Well, loves who? Who does he love? Hold on. Yeah, loves Kick. Okay, you love Kick. That's horrible. I don't get it. Anyway, we got Vince in the Bay. What's going on, Vince in the Bay? We got Epic Fail AZ, Dirty Oil Wells, Texas. Screw you, asshole. We got My Lou Sass. Screw you, you stupid jerk. I mean, give me a break, man. I'm sitting over here trying to give you idiots some props, and this is what you do to me? You're trying to make me look like a jag-off over the air, for Christ's sake? You guys are jerks, man. I mean, it's supposed to be Baller Friday, for Christ's sake. Baller Friday. Oh, man, I'm sick. Anyway, this is the second hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. Let me, Jesus Christ. I mean, the reason my voice cracked is because you're pissing me off. That's why it cracked, boy. Jesus Christ, let me take another sip of this. You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to chug the last of this Johnny Walker Blue Label, and I'm going to drink some beer. Because, you people don't deserve me even hearing me sip Johnny Walker Blue Label, all right? I mean, you people don't even deserve it. You know what I'm saying? So let me go ahead and take a sip of this crap. Chug this crap. Woo! I can feel it. Woo! Man, that was good. Man, that was about a $70 chug right there, man. Let me tell you something right now. I'm feeling great. Oh, man. Anyway, let me take some calls here. Before we move on, please retweet the broadcast. Moreover, there's all kinds of little buttons underneath the player. Facebook like buttons, retweet this buttons, share this buttons. Moreover, you can also cut and paste the True Capitalist player and put it on your blog, put it on your social networking page, put it on your website, baby, and actually simulcast the broadcast. All right, simulcast the broadcast, baby. That's what you can do. Anyway, let's continue going. We were supposed to be talking about Anthony Weiner and his constituency not wanting him to step down. Obviously, we've beaten a dead horse with that. I want to move on to the next subject. Secretary of Defense Robert Gates says that, why are we even messing around with NATO? I mean, he was just completely dissing NATO. He is the outgoing Secretary of Defense. He's been replaced by Panetta. Panetta was the former CIA head, for Christ's sake, and he's going to step down from being the head of the CIA and going to be the Secretary of Defense. Guess who's taking his place as the head of the CIA? Well, none other than the General Petraeus is going to be the head of the CIA. But anyway, he is basically dissing the hell out of NATO, saying that why are we, not just America, but the UK, why are we burdening the cost for NATO when they're incompetent? They suck. Their military sucks, their strategy sucks. And he pointed to Libya and the military theater implemented within the past 11 weeks in showing the lack of progress that has happened. This was supposed to be, for all you folks that don't know what NATO is, I think that you need to realize that this was supposed to be some alliance made by a lot of European countries in America, that if the Iron Curtain, if the communists of Russia, back when it was the USSR, was to get uppity and start some kind of, conflict within Europe, that all the people that belong to, all the countries that belong to NATO would multilaterally act on Russia to prevent them from implementing some kind of totalitarian communism from nation state to nation state. Well, what's really stupid now is that they were used by Obama, by all the people that organized this stupid military theater in Libya. They allowed NATO to take the head on this damn military implementation, and now look at this crap. Now look at it. I mean, I'm going to get to this later. Gaddafi took his Apache helicopters and started bombing the hell out of the goddamn rebels today. The rebels took 22 casualties, for Christ's sake. I mean, wasn't this NATO supposed to be able to stop the Iron Curtain? We can't even stop some dumbass, camel jockey that, has the face of Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we can't do this crap. It's just stupid. A guy who orders his troops to provide mass rapes as a weapon. He dispenses Viagra to his troops so he can give them like these 4-hour hard legs. You know what I mean? And, go out and start raping women so, the people of Libya can stop getting uppity, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ. I have to agree with Robert Gates here, the outgoing Secretary of Defense. I mean, NATO is moot, for a lack of a better point. And, the UK, there's a lot of other people that agree, the people that are actually funding this stupid international institution. It is ridiculous, all right? It is utterly pathetic. I want to hear from you, 646-652-4869. Let me get some more shout-outs here before we take a call. Who else we got going on here? We've got Brony, Texas, 2011. We got My Conman Mast. We've got Alpha Kenny 1. Screw you! Screw you, asshole! We got Mike Hunt Stink. You idiot. Some knicker. You stupid, sick pieces of racist crap. All right? You call me the racist, and you're the one that are putting these damn Twitter accounts. You're the one doing this, for Christ's sake. But you call me the racist, right, you assholes? Oh, screw you, racist bastards, all right? Jesus Christ. We got Brony for Ghost. And I'm not going to say the last two. You people are making me look like jag-offs out here. I don't really appreciate it at all. 646-652-4869. We're talking a little bit about NATO, whether they're pertinent. The outgoing Secretary of Defense of the United States says they're not. We should abandon ship on these pieces of crap. What do you think about it? 111, what's up? Shove that Rebecca Black crap up your ass, please. 586, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Ghost?
How's it going? What do you think about NATO?
You know what? It's confusing. There's a lot of pros and cons to staying in. I think we would lose some influence if we left NATO in the first place. I think NATO also acts as like a good negotiator for a lot of things. Well, don't you think that they're somewhat of a failure in this Libyan theater of combat, for Christ's sake? I mean, Obama gave the reins to NATO. They're the ones implementing this military theater of combat, and it sucks. I mean, this was supposed to be the same, alliance that was going to stop the USSR if they got up and spread communism through some sort of totalitarian force. Well, the NATO, isn't it also like a mutual attack act? So, we have to go to war if someone attacks a member of NATO, and, we're going back to that. Isn't that what caused World War I? Having all these different countries making pacts with each other?
Actually, that is partly true, but World War I did happen because a Serbian nationalist threw a grenade and assassinated Archduke Ferdinand. And
why it got so big of a deal is because of all these countries being aligned with each other instead of two countries going to war with each other.
Well, I mean, you have a good point there. That's why I'm saying, international institutionalism or institutionalism within itself, is not necessarily the answer. That's why whenever I see UN or the NATO international institutions or some of these NGOs, non-government organizations that are trying to implement their authority as some sort of alternative to actual private enterprise, doing what it's doing, I just think it's sick, man. I mean, these bureaucratic institutions, whether they're nation states or they're international institutions, are not, they're meaningless. I mean, the more they grow, the more they suck, I mean, it's horrible, man. Anyway, 586, man, thanks a lot for calling. I appreciate the insight. We got Tazeki on the horn, man. What's going on, Tazeki? How you been?
Hey, Ghost. I'm not too bad. How are you, sir?
Not bad, not bad. How's it going?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. I'm afraid I'm not really calling in to talk about NATO, if that's okay. I had a couple of random questions for you, and just a bit of a general chat. I mean, I wanted to start by saying, yesterday you had a caller that talked about Bitcoins, and earlier in the week I was talking to you about Tor, and I wanted to actually kind of say, good job on staying up on all these technical issues, because, I mean, I know it's not exactly your key field, but, it's good that you're keeping up on these things. And I just wanted to say, congratulations and rock on kind of thing.
So, certainly. Well, we're on the Internet. I'm broadcasting on the Internet, and there's a lot of Internet users that listen, obviously. So I think everybody who listens to this broadcast should be keenly aware of technological innovations that could potentially jeopardize, information or their own security as it relates to their the privacy of their PC, so on and so forth. And not to mention giving other people opportunities to keep their anonymity as it relates to, web surfing or file transfer or, moreover, conducting commerce.
No, I mean, I agree. The one thing I wanted to ask you about is, I mean, obviously you're someone that does the investing, and this is completely outside my experience. And, I mean, I've recently started mining for Bitcoins, and as far as currency investing goes, I mean, what is your view on Bitcoin as a kind of investing opportunity, given the fact that they're going to be quite slow to generate, but also at the same time, they're artificially, the availability is quite limited artificially, and there's no real world translation, as it were. I mean, they're only valuable because they're rare.
Yeah, and moreover, they're actually acknowledged because there's a community that accepts the Bitcoin transfer. I mean, there's businesses, they've actually created their own commerce via this virtual currency. So as long as, the currency rates and how the currency is dispensed stays at the rate for which they say that it's going to stay at, I don't foresee it being a problem. Moreover, it could be the possible currency of the future, given the fact that most transactions are starting to be conducted online. I've been seeing lots of these news reports of, all kinds of industries integrating themselves with these, iPhone and iPad apps and integrating themselves with web technology. The most recent one I saw this morning was on Fox Business, and that's what I watch. I don't watch Fox News. Fox News is for the teabaggers and all those stupid idiots. Fox Business tells you the straight dope, and, it's not about anything else but business. But they have this new app, believe it or not, that allows brides to go and just go into this one particular application and search through hundreds and thousands of wedding dresses and wedding venues and wedding caterers. I mean, just all in one stop, pretty much nullifying the budding and currently existing wedding planner industry. So, yeah, this is another, potential industry that's going to be phased out, and more jobless people are going to, be taken on because of this, just like we've seen in the publication industry with the integration and convergence of technologies with papers, becoming obsolete at this point, the publishing industry, so on and so forth. So there's a lot of jobs related to these convergences that are definitely going to be affected. Now, what are those people that are out of work supposed to do? Well, I've been advocating that they need to get on the Internet and start conducting commerce, much like these multinationals are conducting commerce currently. And when you look at currencies like Bitcoin. I think there's other competitors out there. I don't want to name them by name, but it seems like a feasible alternative so long as the currency doesn't become fiat in the sense that they just start printing it for the sake of quantitative easing or whatever tricky economic term that you want to spin on it.
I mean, in this case, Bitcoin's advantageous in that, as in you've got the peer-to-peer network, which is responsible for the generation and transactions, and it's, there's a definitive graph as to how often these Bitcoins are going to be generated. I mean, what I really want to know is, given that, you're someone, I don't know if you kind of do any currency trading, but
certainly.
I mean, but let's say you had $5,000 right now. Would you, if you could just kind of buy $5,000 worth of Bitcoins right now and hoard them, do you think that would be a worthwhile investment? I'd be very interested.
I think that it is possible a good investment. Now, I'm going to say, personally, that I do transaction over Bitcoin. Now, I'm not going to say any more than that, but I'm also going to say that if you accumulate these Bitcoins, and if you take a look at the exchange rate of not just the American currency, but currencies throughout the international community, I mean, the Bitcoin currency rate has, the exchange rate has gone considerably up, considering that you've got more and more people embracing this virtual currency. Moreover, the rate at which it is produced, or these Bitcoins are produced, is at a lower rate than what is being produced by central banks throughout the international community. And I think that it could be a viable alternative, just like you're suggesting, to put a limited amount of capital. Of course, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. I always say that you want to, any investment, any financial instrument has its set of risks. And there is a big risk with Bitcoin. The whole thing could collapse. It could be a Ponzi scheme. I mean, and I'm not saying it is, because it's a very legitimate virtual currency. I mean, they're even writing about it in the Wall Street Journal. They're talking about it on certain business news outlets. But the thing is, though, is that if you can put $5,000 and you take a look at all the currencies throughout the international community, how they're debased, and how they're continuing the government spend. You've got the European Union trying to bail out Greece, and they got to give payments to Spain and Italy now because of this E. coli situation. By default, because you put that $5,000 in Bitcoin at the current rate of exchange in whatever day that you put it in or bought Bitcoins, it's not only feasible but highly likely and probable that an increase based upon the inflation of the debasing of the currency, but for the demand of the currency of Bitcoins in general, could skyrocket the exchange rate for Bitcoin. So I honestly believe that it is an opportunity to be made there, and anybody who's getting in and maybe putting some currency into the virtual currency of Bitcoin, I think that they could stand to not only hedge against inflation but profit.
No, I think that is good advice. I mean, as I said, I did want to hear what you thought because, I mean, as I said, I've been mining for Bitcoins. I'm part of a mining pool, and I've got a whole bunch of machines crunching away at hashes, and, I just wanted to think about what you thought. Anyway, am I okay to give a couple of shout-outs?
Go ahead.
I'd like to shout out to Duke Nukem. What was the other guy who was PMing me constantly? I've lost his name. And I definitely need to shout out to, she begins with K, Kika. Not to Ibn Izzo because he says I take too long. And finally, Goofy Bone is the anathema of talent and musical expertise.
Hey, thanks to Zeki. That was a pretty good question about Bitcoin. Hopefully people understood it because to get involved in it, you have to be somewhat technically savvy. And I understand the whole idea of computers in general and the internet and how peer-to-peer networking is conducted for anybody to really understand, how to conduct themselves in this kind of economy. But I think that you're absolutely right in your, speculation about, possibly putting some of your currency in Bitcoins and just kind of leaving it there, or, as more and more businesses accept Bitcoin as payment, you may be able to just live large on the rates of exchange as they continue to go higher and higher as all currencies begin to be debased. I think that you could, stand to make some serious some capital. I think that's not a bad investment, man.
Awesome. Thanks for your help, Ghost. Take it easy.
All right, no problem, man. Thanks a lot, Tazeki. That was Tazeki. Barely became an avid listener. Definitely an avid caller. We appreciate his commentary. I want to hear from you. We were talking about how Secretary of Defense Robert Gates is questioning the validity of NATO, and I'm questioning it also, given the fact this sloppy military theater in Libya. I mean, you've got some, two-bit military like Gaddafi, whose half his military leadership apparatus is defecting, and yet he's still able to sustain some military damage against NATO forces and rebel forces. I mean, this is just disgraceful. I mean, NATO was supposed to be the same treaty, the same alliance that was supposed to stop the damn Iron Curtain if the damn communists got uppity, for Christ's sake. I mean, thank God they didn't. Anyway, and then we started talking about Bitcoin. Hopefully you folks out there that got a little confused about Bitcoin, read about it, learn about it. I don't want to get into it now. Let's take some more callers here. Area code 347, you're on the horn.
What's up, Ghost?
What's going on?
I just wanted to shout out to all my friends in the chat room.
Okay, go for it. Go ahead, give a shout out. Oh, I mean, you hung up, man. What the hell? 571, go ahead. You're on the horn.
I'm surprised you're not talking about this issue. I just want your commentary on Commander Shepard aligning himself with Cerberus.
What?
I just want your...
You can't even say it with a straight face. You can't even say it with a straight face. You're so fruity, for Christ. And you hang up. And you hang up on top of it, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, did you notice the feminine vernacular there too, folks? Anyway, 111, go ahead. You're on the horn.
Ghost?
What's up?
Yeah, you know what? You're definitely racist.
I'm a racist? Why?
You said nigger yesterday and today. I heard you say it.
Bill, hey, look, if I said anything referencing or inferring that, it's because I'm sitting here giving shout-outs to assholes who are making accounts with the syllables of, things that sound like racial slurs, and every time that I catch myself doing it, I give these idiots an F you or a screw you because they're making me look like a jag-off, all right, pal?
Yeah, but I mean, you could just read it slowly and not say it and then go over and read it.
Yeah, shut up, you fruit bowl, all right? Take the damn G.I. Joe with a condom on it out of your anal passage and come back with some kind of balls when you come up here and talk to me next time there, fruit bowl. Who else we got? Amanda Everett, what's up?
Have to be cut. So did you see them come in the driveway? Yeah.
Oh. They came in the driveway? What are they doing in the driveway? Hey, what are they doing in the driveway, man?
I wouldn't be surprised if it is.
What is it, the cops?
All right. Well, now that part's over.
Hey, Amanda Everett, is that the cops at your house?
I want to cut that off.
Oh, it's fine. That's kind of cool. 2011.
Jesus Christ, what a boring life, huh? I mean, why don't you tag your woman or something, for Christ's sake? I mean, you're having a boring conversation. Why don't you have a conversation about life or something and say, you know what, baby, since me and you were together, we're kind of sitting here in this efficiency apartment. I mean, don't you think that, we should possibly, combine our incomes together and make sure that none of us are a bunch of spendthrifty ass clowns, save some capital, and possibly put down 20% on some kind of property so we can own and not live in this goddamn efficiency that smells like rotting sewage from the leak that happened about 2 years ago? I mean, come on, for Christ's sake. Anyway, we were talking about Defense Secretary Robert Gates questioning the validity of NATO. I want to move on to something else. Sarah Eskimo Bimbo Palin. Yeah, this stupid skank. She always finds a way to throw her stupid, dumb, four-eyed, balding head into the media. This dunce is back in the media because 27,000 pages 27,000 pages of emails are being released as it relates to Sarah Palin's tenure as governor. All right? And the only way you can get these 27,000 pages is if you go to Juneau, Alaska. You go to Juneau, Alaska, and you got to pay, some schmuck little municipality out there. Oh yeah, by the way, you can't get to Juneau by plane. You got to drive there. All right. But you got to pay these idiots like $700, $725, so you can get the 27,000 pages of email documents as it relates to Sarah Palin. I mean, why do we care? Why do we even care about this broad? You want to know why we care? Because we got a lot of old fogies out here that think they're Tea Party and tea baggers. And you know what I'd like to say to the tea baggers out there that think that they're so patriotic? They wear these freaking tea bags on their hats. And, they're out here dressing like, I'm George Washington. I'm Thomas Jefferson. Dressing like the forefathers out here. And they think that they're such patriots because they wave a goddamn flag or something. Let me tell you, dumbass Tea Party or something, all right? You idiots don't know your ass from your elbow, nor do you know history, all right? You teabaggers are the same people that are sitting here saying, yeah, we want you to cut government spending. We want you to cut government spending. And yet, when you've got people saying that, well, let's cut Medicaid, Medicare, let's cut Social Security, no. These are an anti-tax and anti-entitlement group dependent on entitlements. Can you believe this crap? I'm sick of the Tea Partiers, man. They make anybody who's of the right wing of the political perspective in America look like idiots. And that's why I renounced the conservative movement. I am no longer a conservative. Folks, you all know, if you go back into the archives, I've been doing this show for a long time. And in my personal opinion, once Sarah Palin was announced as the vice presidential candidate in 2008, or the vice presidential nominee for the Republican Party, I thought it was hypocrisy. It was disgusting. It's pathetic. It's utterly pathetic. You know what I'm saying? So, these are the people that are following Sarah Palin. These stupid, mindless seniors that should have the wisdom, that should have the knowledge to understand that, we can no longer continue this fiscally irresponsible road, and what we should do is basically cut Social Security and cut Medicare and Medicaid for the sake of the future. But they're not thinking about that. They don't care. You understand? And you've got stupid Sarah Palin and all these other idiots pandering to this crap. They like to talk about, the forefathers and freedom and liberty. You stupid, dumb teabaggers. Don't you realize that when the Constitution was drafted, you stupid morons, that the only people that could vote were property owners? Property owners! So, let me tell you, if you want to go back to that day in history, teabaggers, do you want to go back to that day? I'd be more than happy to go back to that, all right? Because I guarantee you that 80 to 85% of you teabaggers wouldn't be voting. All right? I guarantee it. All right? I would love to go back to that. And these are the same people. Look at me. I'm dressed like George Washington. I'm dressed like Thomas Jefferson. What a bunch of hypocritical crap. Anyway, 646-652-4869. We're supposed to be talking about this Eskimo bimbo Palin and her stupid dumbass emails being released. Yeah, and mind you, they released it, you couldn't get it emailed, you couldn't get it released online. You had to go to Juneau, Alaska to go get, photographed copies of this stupid skank's, emails, for Christ's sake. It's stupid. It's pathetic. Anyway, let me give some shout-outs to the people that are retweeting the first tweet on my Twitter account, folks. And, of course, once again, if you want a shout-out, right now, go ahead and retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account, Ghost Politics. There it is on the screen. All right? If you want a shout-out, retweet the first tweet, baby. Come on, it's Baller Friday. It's Baller Friday, baby. All right, let me see who we got going here. We got Hang Wiener. Oh, come on. Don't that's horrible. All right? Whoever made that account, Wiener just needs to step down from office. He needs to, have some integrity. And he needs to step down and possibly do some time in jail for, ethics violations, if you want my personal opinion. But for you idiots to, making all these, ambiguous threats and stuff. I mean, screw you, all right? Come on. We're not living in incivility out here, all right? We're not Somalia, and we're not Yemen. You know, we're not these people, all right? We're living in civility here. I mean, let's stop this crap, all right? We got fail Prez Bush, okay? We got pot me crotch. We've got big packy man. I'm not saying that one. We got. I hate hex. Screw you. I know what you're trying to do there. We got straight brony. I love Obama. Screw you too. Don't try to make me say that, for Christ's sake. Anyway, I'm going to stop. I'm going to calm down. I'm just getting, it's supposed to be Baller Friday, man. I'm just getting off keister here. You know what I mean? I'm getting off keister here. And it's because these people continue to just kind of, look at it, any position, any position. I mean, Rob McClitoris. I mean, listen to this crap. Listen. I'm Otheocrat C. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, this is the kind of garbage that they're putting up for me to get shout-outs so they can make me look like a jag-off, man. I mean, I don't deserve this. I just don't deserve this whatsoever. I do not deserve this. All right, and I think you people need to stop. All right, we're supposed to be talking about Sarah Palin here. I want to hear from you. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. Let's take some more callers. Area code 954. You're on the air. We got Mystery Man Ryan. We got Nadia Face. We got Nick Gers. Oh, get him out. You stupid sack of crap. You see what I'm saying? No, now you're going to take the names that you're making me say, and you're going to make me look like a jag-off now, huh? Oh, that's just perfect. That's just great. That's just great. You know what? I don't even need to be doing this show right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't even need to be doing this show. I could be out 6th Street. It's just downstairs right here. Let me get up. Let me get up here. Let me get up. Let me tell you something. I look outside my window here. All right? I look outside my window, and I can just see, all the action that's happening down there on 6th Street. I can see all the action happening all over the town of Austin, Texas. The last thing I need is to be badgered by a bunch of internet butt stalkers who continue to sit here and agitate my show in hopes of trying to, direct the capitalist psyche in another direction, but it's not going to happen. I mean, this is just crap is what it is. It's just crap. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take a break. We got too many fruit bowls in here anyway. All right, and once again, folks, I want to remind everybody that the reason that I am playing, somewhat homosexual-sounding music is because we have such a huge gay contingent that listens to the True Capitalist broadcast. I mean, you hear them. You hear them in their vernacular. As a matter of fact, let me take some more calls just to prove my point, okay? 111, what's up? I mean, that song just, shows you right there. 111, what's up?
Here it goes. Why do you hate Howard Stern so much?
See, listen to that fruit bowl. See that? 111, what's up?
Hello!
Who's this?
This is Pikachu.
Oh, my God, here's this tranny. You see, this is what I'm talking. This is exactly what I'm talking about here. We got this trans testicle who calls up all the time, and, Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Are you proud of yourself, tranny?
Yes, I love being a Pokemon. I'm the 25th Pokemon.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Now you're not even sounding like a woman. You usually try to sound like a woman. Now you're not even trying anymore. For Christ's sake, what the hell is this about?
I'm a 5-year-old boy. I'm not a woman.
Oh, shut up! Shut up, you stupid fruit bowl! Get this thing! Get him off! But do you see what I'm saying, folks? Does everybody see what I'm saying? This is the type of crap that I have to put up with. I mean, do you understand the type of fruity-ass bastards that are listening into the True Capitalist radio broadcast? And I was completely unaware. I was completely unaware of the amount of fruity bastards. I mean, the amount of pink team players, the amount of poop shoot pumpers, the amount of glory hole servers, the amount of, fudge packing fruits. I did not realize that there are that many people that listen to the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And I also want to keep in mind that all the homosexuals that are listening in, I mean, I'm not against homosexuals. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not against the homosexual community. As a matter of fact, I'm actually, on your side here. I mean, just because I call y'all fruits and, femmies and fairies and, any other name that I can think of, just because I call y'all that, get over it, all right? I think that homosexuals are the most taxed group of people on the face of the planet. They're the ones paying all the taxes as they're, cutting people's hair and putting makeup on people's faces or whatever the hell they're doing. They got to go over here and pay for these breeders, these goddamn breeders that are, shitting out 5, 6, 7, 8, 12 kids. They got to pay for these idiots. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm telling all the homosexuals is that why exactly are you falling in line with the liberal regime? Why are you falling in line with the liberal regime? I mean, they don't care about the, homosexual community. Why don't you vote your pocketbook? Why don't you vote your economic interests? All right? I mean, why don't you do that for a change? I mean, get over, name calling. He called me a name. He's not me. Get over it, fruity boy. All right? And that goes to those bull-nosed, bull dykes, muff divers, and everybody else. All right? It goes to all you. Get over it. All right? Get over it. I mean, I can't believe that the homosexual. I mean, let me take one more call here just to make sure. 111, what up? Yeah, shove your Nyan kitty up your poontang. BMX, what's up?
Hey, Goats.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I want to talk about the economy.
All right, go ahead.
I recently put stock into Sony. It's gone down. What should I do?
I'd run as fast as you can and tell the Sony that they can't catch you because you're the gingerbread man. Because I mean, I wouldn't be holding Sony for Christ's sake. Are you kidding me? Anyway, that voice right there was a male, so that just goes to show you something. 864, you're on the horn. What's up?
What's up? First of all, Goopy Boner is a fat beaner. Second of all,
yeah, you're taking too long because you're a stumbling, mumbling little fruit. That's why. All right? 417, you're on the horn. What's up?
Hello.
What? Who is this?
This is Pikachu.
Ah, here we go again. You're not even sounding like a woman anymore, for Christ's sake. Why don't you sound like a chick? Maybe it'll sound funny.
I'm a 5-year-old boy.
Oh, my God. Get this. Get him off, for Christ's sake. Look. For all you trans testicles, I mean, this just goes to show you that even the gay community is getting their fair share of losers, I mean, you can't even, have trans testicles sounding like trans testicles. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you've got, males that aren't feminine in their physical attributes acting feminine because they want to belong to some kind of social outlet. I mean, you know it and I know it, all right? And all I'm saying is that, to the homosexual community, all right? You need to realize that capitalism is the only way it's going to give you the type of lifestyle you want. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's it. It's just going to give you the type of lifestyle that you want. And what is the lifestyle that you want, huh? What is it really, huh? Money, success, fame, glamour. Isn't that right, Fruit Bowls? You all love that. Oh, yeah, I'm glamorous. I want to be famous. Oh, yeah. I mean, isn't that what y'all want? I mean, why don't y'all repeat after me? Money, success, fame, glamour. Just keep repeating it. Repeat it until it gets stuck in your goddamn fruit bowl heads. All right? So you won't sit here and continue to be bowing down to the breeders and bowing down to the liberal regime, for Christ's sake. All right? And the only reason I'm doing this, is because we have so many gay contingent listening to the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and I would like for them to, if they want to chew each other up the ass behind closed doors, if they, want to, throw gerbils in their shit funnels, squirrel fisting, dog farting fetishes, whatever these idiots do, okay? I don't care, all right? You should be able to do it in the privacy of your own home, all right? You should not be out here in the streets like most of these homosexuals want. They want oral copulation between two men across the street from an elementary school, and they want it protected by the First Amendment. They want it protected by the First Amendment, for Christ's sake. And this is what I'm against. I'm against this type of stuff, and let me tell you, you homosexuals, you should be against it too, all right? You should be against it too. Repeat after me. Money, success, fame, glamour. You know what I'm saying? Keep saying it. Hey, say it fruity, like you fruit bowls like. Money, success, fame, glamour. Money, success, fame, glamour. Keep repeating it. Come on, I'm going to put some music on. Put some music on, engineer. Uh-oh. Got some fruit bowl music for you fruity asses. It's starting to sound like a gay club in here, huh? Where's the glow sticks? Huh? Money, success, fame, glamour, huh?
Greetings, citizens. We are living in the age in which the pursuit of all values other than money, success, fame, glamour has either been discredited or destroyed. Money, success, fame, glamour. For we are living in the age of the thing. Money, success, fame, glamour. 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 For we are living in the age of the thing.
You're listening to Ghost on True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
How you fruity asses like that, huh? I saw everybody dancing around the chat room like it was a goddamn gay club, for Christ's sake, huh? Money, success, fame, and glamour. Money, success, fame, and glamour. Why are you homosexuals, so uptight about a couple of words, for Christ's sake? You know what I'm saying? That's what you should be worried about, some money and success. I could care less about the fame and the glamour part, you know what I mean? Just give me the success and money, I'm all good. You know what I'm saying? Just give me the money, for Christ's sake, and I'm all good. But, you homosexuals that, I know I have a big homosexual contingent. You know what I mean? Todd Tilbury's like, this is Fruit Bowl Central. What am I supposed to do, man? We got all these people people that are fruity bastards who listen to my broadcast, man. I mean, you can hear the feminine vernacular in their voices, for Christ's sake, man. And they come in droves. So, what do you got to do? You got to kind of, you got to appeal to your audience, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, Jesus Christ. Anyway, I got some beer here, because, it's Baller Friday, and I got a lot of ass clowns. We got a lot of ass clowns out here talking garbage to me in the chat room, talking garbage to me in the calls. Moreover, they're making me say these ridiculous screen names that are making me sound like a jag-off. So let me go ahead and open up a beer here. Where's my drink? Here, we got a beer right here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I want to say cheers to everybody who's listening to the True Capitalist radio broadcast. It's Baller Friday, baby. I'm feeling good. Hopefully you've got some plans for the weekend. If you don't, make some plans. All right? Make some freaking plans for the weekend, for Christ's sake. Let me go ahead and take a chug of this here. Oh, that's some good stuff. Good stuff. Anyway, we were talking about Sarah Palin, and her stupid 27,000 pages of emails being released. But who really gives a crap about that? I'm sick and tired of talking about Sarah Palin. She's a dummy. She's an imbecile. She's an idiot. And why we're acknowledging this bimbo is beyond me. I don't know. So I'm not even going to acknowledge her anymore either. I want to talk about the death roll rising in Joplin, Missouri. That's right. I know that there's a lot of individuals that are still afflicted with the damage that were caused by these unbelievable massive tornadoes that were afflicted in Joplin, Missouri. And we saw a lot of devastation, a lot of deaths. Well, deaths continue. Deaths continue to fall out from this unfortunate atmospheric disturbance, these super tornadoes that were afflicted in Joplin, Missouri. You have, this new fungus that is coming out, believe it or not, that is actually killing more people. It's this new mysterious fungus known as zygomycosis. And it's basically afflicting those that were exposed to, I guess, dirt and plant matter getting, under the skin, embedded under the skin, and causing this fungus that basically kills people. I mean, it's a lot of the same symptoms as a flu. I mean, it's kind of like it's got multiple traumas. I mean, it's just unbelievable what's happening out here. It's bad enough. All right, it's bad enough that these people were afflicted with these massive tornadoes. Now, individuals that were exposed to certain debris out there are starting to be afflicted with certain fungus that's killing people out here. I mean, just scary, man. I mean, the death toll has risen to 151, Oh, Jesus Christ. It's just getting scary out here. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. I want to hear from you. What do you got to say? Area code 423. Area code 423, you're on the horn. You're pissing me off. You're pissing me off. You're pissing me off. You're pissing me off. You're pissing me. Anyway, let me give some. Get this. You idiots with these soundboards, and you idiots with these, YouTube videos making me look like a jerk off. I mean, I heard a YouTube video the other day that there's a barrel roll remix, There's a barrel roll remix of me out there on the internet, and I don't really appreciate this crap, man. I don't appreciate this shit. All right, I do this broadcast out of courtesy, out of the bottom of my heart, for Christ's sake. I mean, this goddamn show is as serious as a heart attack. And then to have you jag-off sit here and make soundboards of me, make YouTube videos out of me, making me look stupid, I really don't appreciate it, all right? And I've warned you. I've warned all of you idiots to cease and desist any and all of these stupid, dumb, ridiculous soundboards and videos on YouTube. And if you don't, you're going to get it. You're going to get it, motherfucker. You're going to get it. That's all I'm going to say. Area code 337, you're on the horn.
Ghost, you need to give credit where credit is due, honey. This is James St. James.
James St. James?
Yes.
Okay.
I wrote a little novel, honey, about the movie. It's a movie called Party Monster, but that was my novel, and you're using my music.
I'm not using your music. I'm using Felix the Housecat's music, you idiot. Not only that, Michael Alec wrote that, you stupid idiot. Get this stupid, get him off! Don't ask me how I know that. I just, it's just useless knowledge that I keep around. 586, you're on the horn. What's up?
What's up, Ghost? I just heard on the news where that fungus came from.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they're saying it came from Rosie O'Donnell's crotch.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. Really? I mean, there's actual reports saying that the fungal infection actually came from her crotch. I mean, what did she do, straddle trees or straddle corn cobs? How was it spread exactly?
Well, they're saying that she was letting little squirrels, kind of run rampant, and they kind of...
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's horrible. No lulls whatsoever. All right, I mean, this is a serious subject matter, man. I mean, the death toll has risen, man. It's up to 151 people dead. The last several people died of this, horrific fungus that developed. It's a horrible infection. It's zygomycosis. Unbelievable. Let's see, who else we got going on over here? BMX, what's up?
Hey, Ghost, you keep hanging up on me every time I talk.
Well, go ahead, talk.
Well, I was going to talk about the Sony stock, but then you hung up.
I just told you, run from Sony, run away from it. What else you want to know about it?
Well, the stocks went down. Should I keep it and then wait until it goes back up and then sell it right away, or what?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's up to you how you think the forecast is going to be. You need to call your investor relations line on Sony and ask, what exactly are you going to continue to do about these hack attempts? Are you going to secure your networks? Are you going to make sure that the PlayStation network is going to sustain itself? Are you going to make sure that, all the integrity of their products and services are going to be intact? And it doesn't seem like they're doing a very good job of it. I mean, LulzSec, even after everything was said and done, was still able to penetrate certain sites within Sony's network. I mean, it's pathetic. So, I mean, look, I personally believe that unless Sony's going to come up with a new, competitor to iPad tablet that's going to make iPad look like a little girl or something, I just don't, I just don't think so. This is my opinion. You can do what you want, but you need to forecast whether or not Sony is going to actually be able to bounce back from all the negative news on top of the tsunami and the earthquake in Japan that kind of halted production on a lot of different products. So, it's that's what I'm talking about, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? I hear you. Anyway, there's somebody in the chat room saying that, Michael Alec didn't write the book. I didn't say Michael Alec didn't write the book. He wrote the song. He wrote the song, you stupid moron.
We all know that James St. James wrote the novel.
I mean, that just goes to show you that, even homosexuals can turn against each other. You know what I mean? James St. James, kind of wrote a book knowing all this crap, I don't know. How James St. James didn't become an accomplice, I have no idea, all right? Anyway, let me go ahead and continue going, all right? 646-652-4869 is the number to call. We got area code 248 on the horn. What's up?
Hey, I've got a story from a state highway patrolman who lives just north of Joplin that you might enjoy. Okay, some idiots from the Westboro Church went to Joplin, and they stopped for gas, and the station owner used his right to refuse service to them. When they came back outside, they noticed a bunch of truckers had surrounded them and mysteriously lost their keys. One of the idiots had enough gas to make it to the rally point where he met 150 people from the Patriot Guard riders. This idiot took out his sign and began shouting obscenities. And when the police arrived, the only person they saw throwing a punch was the guy from the Westboro Church, so they arrested him and lots of lulls were had. On another note, did you know, regarding the casualties from there, you might find this interesting, but most of them occurred at Walmart and Home Depot.
Oh, really? Well, that's pretty unbelievable. But I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. But if that story is true about the Westboro Church and they got arrested, I mean, it couldn't happen to better people. I mean, they're scumbags. These are repulsive, disgusting people that are utilizing disgusting and repulsive methods to highlight themselves in some sort of a spotlight out here. It's a disgusting disgrace what they're doing, and I think they deserve worse than going to jail, but that's just my personal opinion. Who else we got going on over here? We're supposed to be talking about the death toll rising in Joplin. That was a story related to Joplin, of course. But this fungus, man, this fungus is just killing people. It's just exposing people to weird ailments that's killing these people. Area code 213, what's up? You're on the horn.
Ghost, baby, what's going on? How you doing this Baller Friday, baby?
I'm all right, but what the hell is your excuse?
What you mean? What's my excuse, baby? I just wanted to call and talk to Ghost. I ain't got no excuse. What you talking about, baby?
Well, I'm just saying. What do you want to talk about today? You had a party or something? You at the park? I mean, I hear some crap in the background. What's going on over there?
Yeah, baby, we just chilling at the park, dog. It's a beautiful day, and took the kids and the niece up to the park. I'm hanging out with Pookie. Of course, we smoking blunts, but the kids don't see that. We hide behind an oak tree, Ghost. We hide behind an oak tree.
You know what? Shove the oak tree up your ass, there, ghetto capitalist. All right. I'm sick and tired of you. First of all. Calling my show and rubbing in the faces of capitalists worldwide that you're collecting all these goddamn government entitlements while us as capitalists are out here, paying taxes. We're paying taxes while your idiot ass is taking taxes, you stupid, fruity bastard. Jesus Christ. Anyway. Speaking of Sony attacks, let me move on to another subject matter. Anonymous leadership, according to reports, the organizers of Anonymous in Spain have been arrested, 3 of them. And they have been implicated in this Sony hack attack, folks. Believe it or not, they're claiming that there's going to be more anonymous arrests. And I've been telling people this. I've been saying this for a long time, that Anonymous, they're starting to correlate Anonymous with some kind of an organized crime faction. And you've got the United States and Barack Obama wanting to utilize the RICO statute and certain elements of the Patriot Act to take down potential hackers, and not only that, individuals who are organizers or leaders of Anonymous. Supposedly more arrests are going to be made, but according to reports, the national police identified the 3 local leadership. This is this hacktivist, who it likes to be called. He's a 31-year-old Spaniard. He was detained in the southern city of Almeria, May 18th. Sometime after May 18th, basically most of the attacks came from this particular computer. It came from this man's computer, and not only did they hack Sony with this particular computer, apparently they were hacking Spanish banks, an Italian energy company, Enel, the government sites of Spain, Egypt, Algeria, Libya, Iran, Chile, Colombia, and New Zealand. And according to reports, they're going to get more and more people. Apparently there's United States authorities involved with certain anonymous elements that were related to this, and it's unfortunate, man. It's really, really unfortunate what's happening here. And once again, I always say, if you're going to take a penitentiary chance by going out and doing hacking and potentially causing yourself a federal charge, why don't you go out and do something for a purpose? For a cause, for Christ's sake. I mean, why don't y'all hack Syria? You know what I'm saying? I mean, why don't y'all go hack like some of these governments that are being totalitarian jerks? You know what I mean? I mean, why don't y'all go, hack China? Why don't you go hack these totalitarian regimes and tell them, you're not going to be able to oppress your people utilizing technology because we own you, assholes. I mean, that's all I'm saying. I mean, let's do it for a purpose. You know what I mean? Let's do it for a freaking purpose. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, let's take some more callers here. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. Once again, we were talking about 3 anonymous members. 3 anonymous members out of Spain arrested for this alleged Sony hack job that compromised millions of people's information and also took down the whole Sony PlayStation network, prohibiting gamers from getting their thumbs bruised playing these stupid violent video games, for Christ's sake. And I want to hear what you have to say about it. Anyway, we were in the third and final hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I'm your host, the man they call Ghost. And before we take some calls, I am going to give shout-outs to everybody who is retweeting the first tweet on my Twitter account, folks. All right, and if you want some shout-outs, here it is. All right, go to that account right here on the screen, Ghost Politics, and retweet the first tweet on that Twitter account, and I'm going to give you shout-outs, baby. I'm going to give you some shout-outs. Don't be sitting over there, playing with your Peter Popper. Get some shout-outs up in this joint, all right? All right, let's go ahead and give some shout-outs now. We got Oku, we've got Ophelia Meats, we got I'm a fun to, screw you. I'm Gabe Asher. Screw you too, you idiot. Love Hole screw you too. All right? And we got Clitoris 47856, for Christ's sake. Anybody else? Is there anybody else, engineer, for Christ's sake? Yeah, we got a couple more people here. Who else we got? We've got, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that either. We got Goofy Bone. Just give her a bone. We got Goofy Bone up in this joint. And Niagara Roll. What's going on, Niagara Roll? Good to hear from you. I know you're working hard. Anyway, let's take some more callers here. 646-652-4869. We got Josh Dyer on the horn. What's going on, Josh Dyer?
Yeah, guys, how's it going?
Not bad. Just chilling like a villain, chugging some beers here.
Sweet. I wanted to talk to you about, I don't know if you've heard about Aperture Science. They've been doing really badly in the stock market, mainly to do with Gaben. I don't know if you've heard about that.
No, I haven't heard about it, but enlighten us.
Well, basically, this guy is just too fat to fucking move, so episode 3 is never going to happen, so Aperture Science is going down the fucking shitter. So it's looking really bad for my stocks with Aperture.
Oh, man. I mean, I'm not familiar. I don't cover that stock. I don't have any interest in it. I mean, do you forecast any kind of bounce back or what?
I hope so. It depends in the next year if he makes an announcement at E3 or not. But, yeah, it's quite interesting to keep an eye on, so I'd recommend it.
Oh, absolutely. Well, so you're giving this as a possible buy, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. It's really interesting.
What's the symbol?
APR.
All right, man. You heard it from Josh Dyer. He's out here picking stocks out here. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if he's right. I mean, that's his opinion. Let's take some more callers here. We got Rosh. Are you there?
Hello.
Rosh? Yeah, what's up, man?
I'm all right, man. How are you?
Not bad. Just drinking beer.
Fair enough. I was just wondering, what's your views on Nyan Cat?
Who?
Nyan Cat.
Nyan? What the hell is that?
Whatever you Americans call it.
Nyan Cat. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry I didn't understand you. What do you mean? What are my thoughts on it? What do you want to know about it?
Well, do you like it, or do you think it's just overrated?
Well, I think it's just one of those things that, it happens on the internet, man. I mean, it's just one of those organic movements that, a couple of people listened to it, they liked it, somebody else liked it, it went through all the social media networks, and, lo and behold, everybody's listening to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. I guess so.
Do you know why that was made, by any chance? Do you know who made that?
No, I'm not really. I don't really know.
Really, I'm kind of curious to figure out who in the hell made that and why it was made. It said it was made for PJ in the description or some crap. Who in the hell is PJ?
Yeah, I don't know either. Probably Penis Jenkins.
Yeah, Leroy Jenkins. Hell, you never know, man. Anyway, let's continue going. We got area code 408 on the horn. What's up?
What's poppin', Ghost? Happy Baller Friday.
What's on, man? It's Baller Friday. It's Give Her a Bell. It's my boy Goofy Bone, man. What's going on?
Oh, no, nothing, Gus. You know, I'm trying to figure out why Tozeki really hates me. And, you know, I was going through some emails, and I happened to realize that I never answered one of his emails, and now I understand why the guy hates me. I guess there's a little group of trolls that just come onto your show and just want to piss you the fuck off. And Tozeki invited me to join that group with him, and I guess I never answered him, so he took offense and just started calling me names.
Wow, I mean, so you know, Tozeki's emailing you, trying to have some correspondence with the Goofy Bonester, huh?
Well, no, it's just, you know, there's just a bunch of groups out there that just want to piss you off, Ghost, and, you know, as I have on my chest, that's tattooed, it says loyalty never dies. And, you know, once I became loyal to you, Ghost, I will never turn my back on you, Ghost. You know what I mean?
Oh, man, I really appreciate that, man. That's why we always have you on the broadcast. As a matter of fact, we've got Tozeki on the horn. He's you know, his hand went right up as soon as you started talking about him.
Let's talk to him. Bring him on.
Yeah, he's a little upset. Tozeki, are you there, sir?
I am indeed, Ghost. I'm not upset. I'm merely a bit inebriated. How are you doing, Goofy? You doing well, sir?
Oh, you know me, just being jelly.
Jello, yes, indeed,
sir. Well, I don't know. You're a half an ocean away, so I don't know your guys' lingo. You know what I mean?
I'm technically an entire ocean away.
Okay, well, whatever.
Yeah, you know, geography. Yeah, who needs it? It's, you know, another one of those skills that's of no real use. I was wondering, Goofy, would you mind telling everyone what my email address is to everyone listening?
Sure, if it's you, it's TZEKY for you. Y-O-U.
Okay, hold on. Whoa. Did you say TZEKY as in yellow? Can you not even read my name off the chat room, Goofy?
No.
It terminates in an I. An I as in idiot or ignoramus.
Oh, well, you said it, not I did. Anyways, well,
you know, he's claiming. Hold on, he's claiming, Tozeki, that you emailed him because you wanted him to join your troll crew or something to that effect, or something of that nature. So that's why he's saying that you're upset at him. You always talk garbage to him, and you got a whole bunch of people in the chat room supposedly talking garbage to him because he doesn't want to join your troll crew, and you really want him or something.
Well, as someone that actually does genuinely contribute to your show, Ghost, with, I feel, at least somewhat decent insight, I merely asked Goofy to specify what my email was because I thought if other people thought I was full of shit, they'd like to email me too. But unfortunately, Goofy Bone doesn't seem to know what my email address is, which is somewhat surprising given that I emailed him, which either means I didn't email him or Goofy Bone remains too retarded to recollect what my email address was.
Yeah, Goofy, what do you got to say to them, man? That's,
Well, unfortunately, I was trying to say it, but, the damn limey talked over me, so I couldn't even fucking say it. But
well, please,
like
Goofy,
I said,
go ahead.
It was your name,
go ahead, Goofy.
Your name with the number 4 and YOU @gmail.com. Now, if that's not you, then apologies. But that's the person who's emailing me.
Well, I'm afraid, sir, it's not me.
Oh.
I think
I'm really jelly because I actually thought it was you. I actually thought that this was the person that was talking shit about me.
Goofy, you really are below me. You know, I wouldn't bother emailing someone.
How am I below you?
It would be a massive waste of
what royalty are you on? How high in the game are you? Let me put it in my terms. How high in the game are you? I want to know how low.
I don't really do the street game thing. I mean, I'm just merely comparing our intellectual capability rather than some kind of other social hierarchy.
So basically,
you're saying
that your engine, your brain is like an engine, and mine is just a hamster in a wheel. That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
That's an excellent retort, by the way. I think it's brilliant.
Who hates on somebody else's life, who lives a whole ocean away. Yeah, I mean, sure. My God, I should be bowing to you, Tozeki.
I'm glad we feel the same way, Goofy. I mean, I don't really feel like
no.
Here. I mean, as I stated during our Monday
conversation,
it's really merely because you get pissed off, and it's genuinely quite amusing for everyone here.
What do I get mad about? I don't understand that. What do I get mad? Come on, bro. Tell me, why am I mad, bro? Come on, tell me. Why?
Well, you seem to have called in to call me out, so there's clearly some level of contention within you that's
Well, I thought this was incriminating evidence why, maybe somebody like your stature would hate me. But, obviously it's somebody else. It's somebody else playing the game on me. So hey, it's all good. It's all good.
Guys. I mean, you guys are both listeners of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. I mean, can't we all just get along here and have a beer or something?
Guys, I think that would be brilliant. It's just unfortunate that the two people I don't tolerate in life are liars and idiots, which kind of means Goofy he's there for both counts.
Okay, well, I apologize for being a liar and an idiot, so I could get some locals.
Apology accepted. Goofy.
Oh my God!
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Yeah, you see, apology accepted. Everybody can come together now. Come on.
Tozeki, I don't give a fuck. Ghost, I hate this guy. Why? Because he's a whole ocean away from me. And whoever played that prank on me, kudos to you. I really thought it was this cocksucker trying to get me into an alliance. Damn you, bastard! Damn you!
Oh man.
Fucking love Baller Friday, seriously.
Give me. This is drama. This is internet drama, for Christ's sake. Who needs soap operas? You've got Tozeki calling out Goofy Bone calling out Tozeki. What's going on here? Can we stop the internet drama, for Christ's sake? What do you think about this engineer? Jesus Christ. He's even pissed off, for Christ's sake, man.
Oh, engineer's always pissed off. He's got Down syndrome. He's got a lot to be angry about.
No, he's not. He doesn't have Down syndrome. Just a little slow. He can only just do a couple of things here, but still, he listens to the show, man. And he's got feelings too, for Christ's sake, right? Don't you have some feelings, engineer? Jesus Christ. See?
Yeah, I got to admit, Engineer is absolutely brilliant here. And everyone in the chat loves Engineer. The guy's a legend amongst us.
Oh man, cool, man. As a matter of fact, let's crack open a beer for the Engineer here.
Hell yeah!
Fuck yeah, let's have a drink right now. Shit.
Yeah, cheers to Engineer, everyone.
All right, let's have a cheer to Engineer, for Christ's sake, man. Look at all the fans. You got a whole bunch of fans here, Engineer. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, he's appreciating it.
Fucking legend.
He's appreciating it, man. He loves it. Let me go ahead and take a swig of this beer here, and we'll move on with the program. Since I got you both on the program, y'all mind commentating a little bit? It's Baller Friday about some of the subject matters. What do y'all think about the anonymous arrests? Do you think that they're pertinent? Do you think that the media is just highlighting this to calm hacker anxieties, possibly to curb the hacker attacks? So what do you think's going on here? Either one of you.
After you, Goofy.
All right. Well, I think if it was the real anonymous so-called heads, I think they were stupidest. Yeah, I made that word, because if you're going to do a hack, you do it somewhere and you take off. You don't stay at the same spot and keep hacking. Come on, people. That's the number one rule, isn't it, Tozeki? Come on now.
The only thing I've noticed, Goof, is the fact that they seem to have been busted after they started hacking. There were a bunch of Spanish guys, and they seem to have been busted after they started hacking Spanish political websites and other stuff. It seems like all the other stuff's okay, but the moment they start messing with the government, they get, completely busted.
That's a good point, man. Once you start messing around with the government, all of a sudden the government tries to find out where you are and try to charge you with all kinds of totalitarian laws. Then they start treating you like Bradley Manning, for Christ's sake.
Well, yeah, my thing is like, if they have that much power, because 25% of the hackers in the world claim anonymous, if they have that much power, why couldn't they do something to expose something crazy? You know what I mean? hackers could go into a server at a government place. They can look at things, but once they touch things where they try to drag it or take it, that's when they get busted. But if you sit there and look at things,
let me say this preamble there, Goofy. I or anyone else on the True Capitalist Radio Show is not advocating hacking government websites. And if you are going to hack a government website, make sure it's Syria or China. All right, go ahead.
I'm not saying to do it, people. Don't do it. Don't do it. But I'm just saying, why couldn't they do something crazy like that? Sony and Lockheed and all those other ones they hacked. I mean, come on. Those are low, lame, phony businesses. Hit something that's going to affect, the economy. Do something like Die Hard. What was it? That movie, the last Die Hard movie. Do something like that where they shut down, electricity, the water, crazy stuff
man,
like that.
no, you're talking crazy, Goofy. Are you kidding me? The last thing we need is for the electricity to go out, man. We're going to have, Jehudis in the street raping women, pillaging people. I mean, I don't even want to think about the possibility of the electricity going out, for Christ's sake. Moreover,
I'm just giving an example. If you're going to, like you say, Ghost, if you're going to go do big time, if you're going to go to the pen, I mean, people pretty much laugh at you if you say, oh, I hacked Sony and, Lockheed or, they're going to laugh at you, with, brilliance. But if you say,
Tazeki is actually somebody that works in the computer field. I mean, what do you think about this? I mean, do you think that there's any justification for hacking? And if so, should we still kind of, I know that old school hackers had some kind of a moral code, but now it seems that moral code of not jeopardizing the integrity of systems has gone out the window, don't you think?
In this day and age, speaking from a somewhat educated and professional point of view rather than the kind of ignorant reactionary view that Goofy seems to have adopted,
the lawnmower
it's very, very dangerous to start kind of defending any kind of hacking. And there's a lot of different types of hacking. Just simply DDoSing is incredibly traceable and incredibly ignorant and incredibly basic. But, to say, people hacking Sony haven't done really that much damage. Sony have been damaged to hundreds of millions of dollars. That's not a drop in the ocean. That is a huge amount of money they've lost. It may well be by now, Ghost. I totally agree. And it's incredibly ignorant to kind of say, well, until people are rioting in the streets because people are launching nukes or shutting off power, it's a bit... as I said, it's very ignorant. As for any hacks valid or genuine, I wouldn't say this professionally, and this is my personal opinion, I'd totally emphasize. I think white hat / grey hat hackers can be fairly useful. I'm talking about the people that go, dear company, we found this horrendous problem with your website and we could do this. Here's how we did it. Here's how you need to fix it. There you go. We're going to leave this with you for a month and we'll publish the exploit later if you don't deal with it. And it's, at that point, they're doing a service and they're not doing anything malicious. And it's
so it's like indirect solicitation for services then.
The moment it becomes a solicitation, I totally disagree with it. Goofy, please be quiet, can you? When it becomes a solicitation and you're kind of turning around and going, I'm telling you this because I want money, then that's not on. But if you're doing this out of the genuine kindness of your heart or out of a kind of, I'm a technical alpha male and here is what I found and here you go, then that I think is acceptable. But when you try to make money out of it, I think that becomes very, very grey / black hat.
There was a lot of this type of hacking done in the 90s. I was actually exposed to the internet in the 90s, big time. At the infancy when you would actually see people from website to website, and, it was just a small community, the internet back then. It was beautiful. But this type of thing that you were talking about was prominent back then. They actually had, people like the Cult of the Dead Cow, 2600, attrition. I mean, you had all these different hacker groups doing that type of thing. Hackers.com. These people that were doing what you're saying. They exploit. They leave a text file. They email the admin. They do something of that nature, and say, hey, we can fix it. We can do this. We can do that. The problem with that strategy, in my personal opinion, is that most of the individuals that were hackers back then didn't keep up with the technology. A lot of those people just kind of said, hey, this technology, we know it. They got stagnant, they got lazy, and as a result, you got a lot of young people that have been exposed to technology at younger ages that have the ability to be able to go beyond the scope of the hackers of old. And doesn't this become like a kind of a habitual type of switching from security company to security company strategy if the hackers are going to implement hacking in this type of fashion? Goofy Bone, since he's been there, and then we'll go to Zeki, man. Go ahead, Goofy.
No, I just say that what's the point on hacking if you're not going to do something, outrageous? You do got a point that Sony did lost millions of dollars, but whose fault is that? That's Sony's fault. You know what I mean? I mean, a hacker back in the 90s, they hacked for a reason. They hacked for a purpose. They hacked to shut somebody down. Nowadays, these hackers...
Well, I have to disagree with you. I don't mean to cut you off, Goofy, but I have to disagree with you, man. I mean, a lot of the hackers in the 90s were scumbags, with the exception of a few. I mean, a lot of hackers of the 90s weren't trying to, admit themselves as hackers. Now, if you want my personal opinion, all right, if you were around during this time of the Internet... Y'all remember Norton, this asshole that with the antivirus?
Yeah.
Well, this asshole, believe it or not, this asshole was around in like the early 90s, man, like 93, 92, and he was always releasing these stupid little 3x5 floppies of new antivirus software, and he always seemed to have the up-to-date antivirus software. Why? If you want my personal opinion, I mean, this is my opinion. I don't have any evidence of this, but I mean, if you were around in the 90s, you would probably suspect this. He wrote the goddamn viruses himself. You know what I mean? He wrote it himself so that this idiot could make himself more money. I mean, this is where hacking becomes a little dangerous, and the exploitation of the ignorance of not only corporate America, but the average business owner as it relates to the technological communication of the internet, apps, mobile phones, so on and so forth. I mean, am I wrong, Tazeki?
Given how much money Peter Norton's made, I think he would probably not have tried to author any viruses. I mean, yes, it puts him in the perfect position to write antivirus software.
Well, he's not doing it anymore. I mean, this was like, at the infancy of the internet. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, if you got caught writing viruses and turning around and selling the solution to them, I'm pretty sure no matter which government you were trying to trade in, they would probably come down on you like a ton of bricks. I know that's the way things are now, that's for sure.
Well, that's the way they are now, but, I don't know if you remember this, Tazeki, if you were around, like, during the 90s. I mean, the governments didn't even understand the internet. I mean, that's why there was so much hacking. I mean, I knew a hacker by the name of Zyklon, who was a fat dork, believe it or not, who actually hacked the... Well, no, I mean, this guy was disgusting, but he actually hacked the White House website in 1996, and it was real easy for this for these kids and for these. It was like 15 years old or something, 16 years old. It was easy for these kids to go in and out. I mean, you'd have these virtual identities, in chat communities and in chat rooms, so on and so forth. So, if you were involved in the hacking community, you would actually be intertwined with these people. And my point is that at the time, the governments, the multinationals, everybody was way behind the technology curve. And I don't think that the governments or any kind of investigative computer resources could trace, viruses back if it was Norton or any of the other virus remedy software creators at the time of the 90s. And I just think that that, in my opinion, and I was witness to this. I know what happened, and I was around back then. I just personally think that we have to, if there's going to be hacking, and there's going to be hacking for a reason, if we're going to jeopardize the integrity of the whole system, There has to be some sort of ethics involved with it. And at this point in time, I think it's anarchy, complete and utter hacker anarchy, and this is why we're going to see incrementally institutionalist regulations on a national scale on the Internet here within the next year and a half, in my view.
I totally agree. I mean, back in those days, and it's now less now, but I mean, if you wanted to release some horrendous virus, you can send it to one of these countries that has very, very almost Stone Age computer law, and out of the middle of, I'm going to pull out a country out of my ass, like Mongolia. If you get some Mongolians to release some virus into the wild because you transferred it to them in utter secrecy, everyone will trace it back to Mongolia, and it'll be like, well, can we actually prosecute these people from, like, the UK, the EU, from the US? The answer's going to usually be no. And I mean, I remember, was it the Melissa virus that was released in like Thailand, and these Taiwanese police were all running around, and they kind of got the people that were responsible for it. And as they were leading them out of the house, and I think one of them just got on his cell phone and sent like a message to his machine to wipe it, and like the cops didn't think maybe we shouldn't let him mess around with his phone and his IT equipment, and of course it all fell through because of that.
Well, the Melissa virus, I was actually very familiar with the Melissa virus. It was another hacker that was really big in the hacking community at the time. That was actually somebody from America that got busted still doing time for that particular virus. He actually wrote that. I mean, it was a script kiddie visual basic macro. It was really, nothing spectacular, but it was still enough to be able to do enough damage that it caused a lot of damage on personal computing and on networks. At the time, there wasn't WANs, it was LANs. It caused a lot of damage, and believe it or not, the reason he called it the Melissa virus is because that was his favorite stripper. That was his favorite stripper. He wanted to make sure that he could get a freebie hand job or something by, putting out this virus, and I guess going up to her and saying, "Hey, baby, you heard of the Melissa virus? That was me, baby. You know what I'm saying? So come on over here and wax my Johnson." You know what I mean? I mean, seriously. But I think the one that you're talking about the Taiwanese hackers, I believe it was the I Love You virus.
That may well have been it, actually, yeah.
Sorry, I don't ask me how I know about all this hacking history.
No, that sounds about right, Ghost. I'm going to happily concede that point to you. That sounds a lot more right than I had it in my head, so please.
No, I mean, and that's why I continue to talk about hackers in general, because, I'm not saying that I was ever a hacker or am a hacker or not a hacker or anything of that nature, but I am familiar with the hacking community. And I know that there is a moral ethics involved, but I think that's gone completely out the window since the 90s.
Yeah, I remember the Michelangelo virus. Like, it was in, 91 or 90, I think. They shut down, helicomputers. I remember that was the first virus I've ever heard of anybody, hacking or anything like that. It was called
I don't remember that, man. I don't remember that. I remember the Melissa virus, the I Love You virus.
There's a whole bunch. I've not heard of Michelangelo either, though. Are you making this one up, Goofy?
No, I'm serious. It was in the 90s, the early 90s. I mean, either 90 or 91, I'm pretty sure. It was called the Michelangelo virus. It nailed hella operating systems. That was the first one when I ever seen a news thing on computer viruses.
Oh man, I haven't. That probably goes back. I don't really remember it, but the only reason I'm bringing up the 90s is because, like I said, I mean, there were certain factions of people that were hacking, and Zyklon, the guy that I'm talking about specifically, that hacked the White House, he did it for no reason, and this is what I am so just upset at when it comes to the hacking community. If you're going to take a penitentiary chance, if you're going to do something, let's do it to highlight the emphasis of something that is, obviously putting people in oppression, totalitarianism, or atrocity. Because in my personal opinion, the only way that we're going to have capitalism is if we have economic and political freedom. And anybody who understands that, should be helped. What?
Oh, sorry, Coach. I'm reading the chat. So you were telling me I'm breathing on the phone. I think that's Tozeki over there. You're on Skype, right, Tozeki?
Yeah, I am indeed, sir.
Yeah, so it happens all the time on Skype, so.
Anyway, man, I'm gonna let y'all two on hold for a second. I'm gonna do Radio Graffiti here in a couple of minutes, man. So y'all want to give any shout outs to anybody? Go ahead, Goofy, and then Tozeki, man.
Just want to give a shout out to the true capitalists out there. Go to www.capitalistarmy.com. Be real, make money, be a capitalist. Mow lawns, right, Tozeki?
Hey, man, thanks, Goofy. Go ahead, Tozeki, man.
I'd just like to give a couple of shout-outs. One to Kick Hut, one to Debbie Daly, and an anti-shout-out to Goofy Bone for being an ignorant moron who sucks cock, etc. Thank you.
Oh, man. Oh, thanks, guys. I mean, that was pretty good commentary, especially about hacking. You know, I don't really like to show my hands too much. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I just want to let everybody know that the only reason I know about hacking is because, I don't know, I'm just, a little birdie told me or something. I don't know. And stop calling me a hacker because I'm not, all right? Anyway, I want to go ahead and talk about the last part of the subject matters here. Man, we're running out of time. I want to talk about how there's 32 more people dead in northern Syria because that asshole Bashar al-Assad, continues to implement his so-called crackdown. You know what I'm saying? This so-called crackdown up in here. I also want to talk about, I think we talked about this earlier in the broadcast, Muammar Gaddafi kills 22 rebels. 22 rebels because, he was able to get these Apache helicopters and start, shooting these idiots like they're going out of style. You know what I mean? So 22 rebels dead. Muammar Gaddafi implementing his worst attack yet since the siege or since the military theater was implemented by NATO in Libya. Let me see. What else we got going on over here? Oh, yeah. I also want to talk about how Saudi Arabia, thank God, Saudi Arabia knows. Saudi Arabia finally knows that, hey, look, if something goes bad in America, if we have high energy costs, then we're not going to have a rebound in America. And if we don't have a rebound in America, the portfolios of all the people that are living in the Saudi royal family are going to go down the tubes, and their net worth is going to be crap. So Saudi Arabia finally said that, look, since OPEC can't get its head out of its ass, since OPEC is like, look, we're not going to increase production, Saudi Arabia defied OPEC and is going to increase production anyway. And that is what's caused the downturn in the oil futures market, folks. I mean, we're under $100, and it's a beautiful thing. I mean, hopefully this continues to sustain itself. All right? I mean, Saudi Arabia finally flexing nuts out here saying, we are going to continue to up production. We don't care about OPEC. And, of course, I want to talk a little bit about the Germany finally isolating or basically finding the culprit of the E. coli outbreak that's killed about 29, 30 people in Europe. It's sickened over 3,000 people. 3,000 people are sick. 29, 30 people are dead, and they have isolated this particular little E. coli outbreak to bean sprouts. Bean sprouts. Can you believe this crap? I mean, they're advising people to, cook all their sprouts, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? I mean, give me a break. You know who I really feel sorry for, though, is the EU, because the EU has to be the goddamn mediator in all these countries that have lost money because Germany implicated Spain, Italy, and a couple other countries in the EU and their vegetables, cucumbers, lettuce, tomatoes. They were accusing these countries of the E. coli outbreak, and it was wrong. So now they want to recoup money, and this is why you've got Germany and I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. This is just a mess, and anybody who's afflicted with this, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm going through the last part of the news really fast, folks. I want to get to Radio Graffiti, so this is why I'm just kind of going through it. I also want to talk about Tracy Morgan's gay hate joke. For you folks that aren't familiar with Tracy Morgan, he's some dumb, imbecilic black comedian that isn't even funny, for Christ's sake. I mean, this guy is a piece of crap. I mean, you know, he reminds me of that black guy on the bus stop that's talking to himself, and the only person that thinks he's funny is him. You know what I'm saying? Well, anyway, Tracy Morgan was at some goddamn award show and made some horrific gay hate joke. He said something to the effect, and I'm paraphrasing, of course. He said, "Man, baby, if my son was gay, I'd pull out a knife and I'd stab him, baby. I'd stab him. If my son was gay, I'd pull out a knife and I'd stab him, baby." And believe it or not, I mean, you know, you got gay advocates and lesbians and trans-testicle community coming up and really getting pissed off about this. And of course, Tracy Morgan's, you know what he's saying? "I'm sorry, baby. I didn't know, baby. I'm sorry." And you know, hopefully, this little slip up of the tongue by Tracy Morgan, hopefully this is the last time we see this piece of crap. Because, you know, look, let's just put it this way. This ain't no Eddie Murphy 1980s, all right? You understand? This ain't no Chris Rock 1990s here. This is one of the most ghettofied piece of black pieces of shit that's out here being put forth as a funny man. I mean, there are more black people that are out there, you know, that are in the comedy circuit that are more funny than this dumbass Tracy Morgan, whose cock is Tracy Morgan sucking. I have no idea, but there are more black, Latino, Asian, other minority comics that are way funnier than this asshole, and he seems to be getting all the props from the liberal Hollywood, you know? He's on that stupid 30 Rock, and every goddamn liberal and their brother is on that goddamn 30 Rock. He's a piece of crap. You know, and speaking of 30 Rock, the star of 30 Rock, Alec Baldwin is considering running for mayor of the New York City. Can you believe this crap? That fat, bloated piece of liberal shit is thinking about running for the mayor of New York City now that it was Anthony Weiner has been exposed for the ball-shaving pervert that he is. You actually have this asshole wanting to run for president. I mean, wasn't this the same guy that, I don't know, this is my personal opinion, I'm just interpreting the news that I was given by the media, but wasn't this the guy that, was backhanding Kim Basinger? I mean, I don't know, I'm just saying, I mean, wasn't this the guy that was manhandling Kim Basinger, for Christ's sake? And now we got Alec Baldwin running for mayor of New York City. I mean, what a piece of shit, this guy. You know, seriously, what a piece of garbage. What a fat, drunkard piece of crap. You know what I'm saying? Well, excuse me, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be cursing, man. I just don't like Alec Baldwin. I think he's a fat, bloated piece of garbage, and I think he needs a boot in his hole, if you want my personal opinion, all right? Anyway, and that's about it for the news and stuff, folks. It's time for everybody's favorite time of the show now. It's become a staple on True Capitalist Radio. I'm talking about Radio Graffiti, baby. Radio Graffiti. We're dedicating the last 20 minutes, or at least most of the last 20 minutes, to Radio Graffiti. And for you folks that don't know what it is, you can just call up right now, 646-652-4869. If you call up right now, I will give you the next 4 seconds. If I call on you, I'll give you 4 seconds to say whatever it is that's on your mind over the airwaves. I don't care if you're giving yourself a plug. I don't care if you're, saying some kind of nonsense. All right? You have 3 or 4 seconds to say whatever you want. We're calling this Radio Graffiti. If you have something to say, give me a call right now, 646-652-4869. And I know the engineer's ready. Are you ready, engineer? I'm ready. He's ready. I'm ready. Let's continue going. It's Radio Graffiti time. If you want to say something, doesn't matter what you have to say, let's go ahead and say it. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. Let's start right now. We got 111 Radio Graffiti.
Kill people, burn shit, fuck school.
954 Radio Graffiti. You fruity bastards, you know that? You're pissing me. 4 times Jackie Chan, Radio Graffiti.
Hey, big boy, me again, your favorite Mexican. Did you miss me?
724, Radio Graffiti.
Smell My Poop is not 9 years old.
We got Josh Dyer, Radio Graffiti.
Kazeki, you're a fucking arrogant prick, and you bring shame on Britain.
Oh, jeez. We got Tom Pickmorph, Radio Graffiti.
Fuck Zeki, he's the biggest fucking hypocrite of them all. I fucking hate that guy and his fucking gay contingent in your stupid fucking chat.
571, Radio Graffiti, 571.
Except I wasn't laughing under the circumstances again.
We've got Exara Hawks, Radio Graffiti. Area code 310, Radio Graffiti.
I had to call you from Boot's phone again, baby. I know you're going to dump me in 4 seconds, because that's all you ever do is dump me, baby.
Shut up, you stupid loser. Dunlop, Radio Graffiti.
Oh, little fella, you like trouble. When do you think these days now, though? Pokemon. No.
Tazeki, Radio Graffiti.
Yeah, fuck you to the Brit fags. Nice job, guys, but, you know, easy come, easy go. Have a good...
408, Radio Graffiti.
No one could defeat the anonymous Mexican. www. I forgot.
408, Radio Graffiti.
Why don't you pull your thumb out of your cornhole, Ghost? Sack for life, baby.
Let's see, 817, Radio Graffiti.
Is this Howard Stern show? Fuck Graffiti Bro.
351, Radio Graffiti. Dr. Herping, Radio Graffiti.
My little pony, my little pony.
Xara Hawks, Radio Graffiti. I Hate Targe, Radio Graffiti.
I'm a Mexican toad and I love you. Can I marry you?
860, Radio Graffiti.
Heil Hitler, die Deutschen sind immer stolz. Der Tag wird kommen und wissen, dass wird ein gigantischer Sieger über das ganze Land und nicht an die...
Shut up, you cockeyed Russian. Dunlop, Radio Graffiti. Woo! We got Al Mori Bejesus, Radio Graffiti.
We got big bitches, we got big booty bitches, we got big booty bitches.
What the hell? 423, Radio Graffiti.
Black power! Black power! Black power! Black...
408, Radio Graffiti.
Cheers to all the capitalists out there and all the hoes I'm going to fuck tonight. Have a good weekend, Ghost.
Yeah, thanks, Goofy. 571, Radio Graffiti.
Aperture Science is up 1.79%. Everybody party!
We got Liambo, Radio Graffiti.
My little pony, my little pony.
We got Tazeki. What's up, Radio Graffiti?
Hello, Ghost. Goofy Bones, a massive homosexual and absolutely talentless. Cheers.
Exora Hawks, Radio Graffiti. Oh, man, I didn't realize you were really playing the piano there. That's pretty decent, except for that mess up last time. 478, Radio Graffiti.
Yeah, baby, youtube.com/ghetto capitalism. You dead to me, Ghost. You can...
Oh, shut up, all right? Shut up. Who gives a crap if I'm dead to you, all right? You should kill yourself and do the whole world a favor there, you dumb ghetto capitalist piece of crap. Jesus Christ, you make me sick. You know that? Every time I hear your stupid little ghetto ass like, yeah, baby, yeah, baby, it makes me sick. It makes me want to puke. You and that stupid crying kid in the background, it makes me sick, you stupid ghetto-fied piece of Compton living piece of... Take that with your goddamn rib meat, you piece of crap. Take that with your goddamn rib meat. Jesus Christ. You know, this is the kind of crap I get. This is the kind of garbage I get. You know, just because of ghetto capitalists, we're taking a break, all right? Just because of that, I'm taking a break. And let me put on something that you idiots hate so much. Let me see. What can I put on here? Let me see. I got it right here. Here's something that you people don't like. And I know you don't like it, and you're going to act negatively to it, but I don't care, all right? I don't care.
Listening to Ghost on True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
All right, I just had to take a quick break because I needed some more beer. All right, this is supposed to be Baller Friday, and you people are raining on my parade here. You know, you're pissing me off. That's what you're doing. You're pissing me off. Let me give me a beer. I want a beer right now. Give me a beer now, engineer. Give me a beer. Yeah, thank you. Give me that crap. Oh, yeah, another beer in the house, baby. We're continuing with Radio Graffiti, folks. Let me go ahead and take a sip of this, and we're to continue on. And, of course, if you don't know what Radio Graffiti is, give me a call right now. 646-652-4869 is the number to call, and we are going to give you 4 seconds. 4 seconds to say whatever it is that you want. All right? Cheers, everybody. Cheers. All right, let's take some calls here. 417 Radio Graffiti. All right, 111 Radio Graffiti. I'm not giving you any goddamn airtime, you Soviet cum gurgler. 337 Radio Graffiti.
Join my army, communistarmy.com.
Well, shove it up your ass. Canker, Radio Graffiti.
Can I play with your toolbox, big boy? Mexican style on you.
417 Radio Graffiti.
I thought this was blog talk radio, not blog shit talk radio like you have it.
I have it? Jesus Christ, learn how to spoken, all right? Tezeki, Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Bro Chillington, take your cock out of Goofy Bones' mouth, all right? Rock on, mate.
337 Radio Graffiti.
For pictures of ghosts chilling on 6th Street, go to facebook.com.
Shut up. 404 Radio Graffiti.
Get mad, Ghost. I make your money. Ha ha. I make your money. I don't need your sympathy.
Shove it up your goddamn ass. Get him off! Get him off, engineer. I thought you were supposed to be screening for this asshole. Oh, what the hell's your problem? Jesus Christ. Area code 248, Radio Graffiti.
George Takei here. Bend over and prepare to be boarded.
351, Radio Graffiti.
Gay Ben, gay Ben, gay Ben, gay Ben. Stop a gay Ben. Take control of the gay Ben.
408, Radio Graffiti.
Yeah, Suzuki and Goofy Bone, take your anal play to a gay bathhouse and stop polluting Ghost shows.
I'm sorry I had to laugh at that, man. I'm a little intoxicated here. Brony for Life, Radio Graffiti. Yeah, we can't hear you. You know, get a better microphone, for Christ's sake. Al Mori, Radio Graffiti.
What?
You messed up. Who else? 765, Radio Graffiti.
Google Ron Paul.
337, Radio Graffiti. $954, Radio Graffiti.
Ghetto capitalism. It's the best type of capitalism you could ever get in your entire life.
Shove it up your ass, you stupid moocher. 417, Radio Graffiti.
My gay lover, baby. My gay lover.
Very proud of you. 408, Radio Graffiti.
Fuck Tozeki, tell him to quit dreaming about me. Fuck SAC, and fuck Vincent the Hate.
Oh, man. Jeez, I didn't realize there was a qualm there. 901, Radio Graffiti.
Nigga. I'm 100% nigga. Nigga.
Tazeki, Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Goofy. Nice to hear from you. You're a massive homosexual. Thank you for the shout-out.
337, Radio Graffiti.
For all the real capitalists, look up pedophilia.
Sick son of a bitch. 417, Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, I bet I could kick your ass.
Yeah, right. Are you kidding me? Come down to Austin, Texas. It ain't nothing for me to whoop a man's ass, boy. You understand that? You come down here to Austin, Texas and talk that talk, you sorry sack of crap. I'll stomp your teeth so far down your goddamn throat you'll be able to chew your own ass. Anyway, 954, Radio Graffiti.
YouTube ghetto capitalism. It's the best type of capitalism you could ever get.
Shove it up your ass. Brony for Life, Radio Graffiti. .248, Radio Graffiti.
Oh my. So good to be back here. Bend over for me, Ghost.
Tazeki, Radio Graffiti.
Hello, Matt 12. Your homosexual tendencies are beginning to grate on me, sir.
408, Radio Graffiti.
Fuck Tozeki. Have a good weekend, Ghost. Cheers, bitches.
Yeah, hey, cheers, and cheers to everybody out there, man, all right? Let me tell you, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, folks, all right? It's Baller Friday. It's about to end. The show's about to end. I know everybody hates this part, but believe it or not, I am going to be chatting tonight on the new voice chat on CapitalistArmy.com. And for you folks that don't know, CapitalistArmy.com is the only social network dedicated to capitalists, all right? So if you want to voice chat, and believe it or not, we're going to have an opportunity to voice chat tonight, go ahead and hook me up. I mean, try to become a member of the Capitalist Army, and as you're applying, we want to know what makes you a capitalist. That's what we want to know. All right, so go ahead and join now. All right, let me go ahead and put the link up. It is www.capitalistarmy.com. Here it is right here. At 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, which will be in about 2 hours from now. 2 hours from now, I'm going to be voice chatting. You have any questions that you want to ask? I'm going to be probably, drinking up a storm, I'm probably going to be doing a lot of those things. So lo and behold, folks, just become a member. Become a member of the Capitalist Army. I'm going to be making chat ops tonight. I hope to see you there, folks. I hope to see everybody there, all right? I hope to see everybody there, and make sure to be there at 9 o'clock on the dot, all right? 9 Central Standard American Time. Right now, it is 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, so 2 hours from now. 2 hours from now is when I'm going to be conducting a live voice chat. So I want to see you there, www.capitalistarmy.com. And also, I want you to follow me on Twitter. The Twitter name to follow is Ghost Politics. All one word, no underscores, baby. Ghost Politics. All right? And if for all you folks that just don't have your fix of true capitalist commentary, you want to hear, some old episodes that Ghost has conducted, well, by all means, you need to add to your favorites and bookmark blogtalkradio.com/ghost. All right, there it is right there. We have thousands upon thousands of hours of just ghost material, shows, the whole 9 yards, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? I mean, the whole 9 yards is what we got. So, make sure to check out some of those archives, folks, all right? Check out some of those archives, all right? www.blogtalkradio.com/ghost, all right? There it is right there, all right? There it is right there. And no, I'm not a part of LulzSec, asshole. All right. Anyway, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me, folks. It's been great. Let me go ahead and give some shout-outs. Let me give some shout-outs here, before we move on to anything else. 1-2, your show. 213, YouTube wins. Screw you. 3-4, sucks hardcore. AFI Gots, Alcoholic, Almore, Annan, 93691, ATM, Be Cool, Bandy, no, I'm not saying that. Get that idiot out of here. Get him out! We got Bang as a Mexican. We got Boris Johnson, Bro Chillington, Brony for Life, Brony equals Ghost, Brony Bro, Brony, no, I'm not saying that. Camping Corps, Chairman Mao, Coast is, screw you. CR and New, Debbie Daly in the house. We got Desert Rose. What's going on, Desert Rose? We got Dr. Herpington. We got Dr. Harry Shipman, Duke Nukem, E. coli, I'm not saying that. I Leak Madik, I Love, get that other ad, get him out of here. Get that stupid sack of crap. Get him out. And get F.U. Texas out of here, too. That's sorry, sack of crap. Get that asshole out. Get him out of here, engineer. Well, get him out. And get that other idiot, F-U-T-Q, get that other idiot. Get him out. Get out. What's up to Fat Red Dragon? We got future DMB in the house. We got Gavin Meese. We got dumbass Ghetto Capitalist. We got another idiot named Ghetto Capitalist. We got some idiot trying to get my name is Ghost. Get that Ghost is Russian asshole out of here. Get him out. We got Gog Magog. We got Goofy Bone. We got Goofy Brony. We got all the guests, man. Look at all the guests that are up in this joint, for Christ's sake, man. Why don't you follow me on Twitter? All right? Ghost Politics is the name to follow. And retweet some of the tweets that I be tweeting on that son of a bitch, all right? Ghost Politics is the name to follow, man. Don't be a milky liquor, all right? Anyway, we've got Hamfist McAssfondle. We've got Hootie787. We got Humad Coast. We got I Dream About Goats. I Love Mudkips. iPropane. Iban Ezzo. Get that other idiot that says he hates me. Get him out. I'm Writer User. Ion Vash. Jack Off to... Yeah, get that other idiot. Get him off. Get off! Jen Italia. Kim Jong Dalliest. Laser Frog. Liberals are too fruity. LOL at Arizona. Get that asshole out of here. Get LOL at Arizona out of here. He's a sick prick. He's a sick prick. Get him out. We got Matt 12. We got Mac Kids. We got Menno Mem. We got Michael Thomas in the house. Get more soundboards out of here for promoting that crap. Get him out. We got Mr. Home Run, Mystery Man Ryan, Niagara Roll, Needs More Brony. Get that other idiot after Needs More Brony out here. Get him out! We got Nigerian. We got 9-year-old equals win. What the fuck? Get that stupid sack of pedophilia crap out of here. Get him out! We got Oku U. We got over 9,000 bean sprouts. Overlord Momo, Piss Ghost Off, Rainbow Dash 123, Retarded Engineer, Salvadori, Smell My Poop, SMP plus Debbie equals Love, Stone Cold Ghost Austin, Texas Cum Gurgler, The Guy 1337, Tin Rope, T Karma, Todd Tilbury, Trolley McCoolface, Tazeki. What's up, Tazeki? We got Vote Brony 2012, WT Snacks, Wiso Brony, Exani, X Ghost. All right, and that, my friends, is the markets for your ass. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about, baby. You know what I'm saying? And I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. We got 47 seconds left. Remember, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. I want to see you there, all right? And if you're not a member of the Capitalist Army, well, by God, become a member. Become a member now so you can participate in the voice chat. You understand? blogtalkradio.com/ghost is the official True Capitalist website. But remember, CapitalistArmy.com, all right? CapitalistArmy.com is the website that you need to go to, for Christ's sake, all right? Here it is. Oh, no, wrong website. Here, www.CapitalistArmy.com. God damn it, I pushed the caps button. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. I'm here Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I want to see you at CapitalistArmy.com, 9 Central tonight, 9 Central Time tonight. Spread it around like wildfire. Anyway, I want to thank you very much once again, CapitalistArmy.com, and once again, I'm going to be there 9 p.m. tonight. I hope to see you there, man. I'm out of here, and I'm here Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. 4 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I want you to spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that Ghost is in effect in the house. I'm out of here. Good night, everybody.
You've been listening to True Capitalist Radio. The thoughts, views, ideas, comments, and opinions of the host of this show are absolutely his. Catch more live episodes Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30 Central, or check out archive shows at blogtalkradio.com. True Capitalist Radio.
That's it.
A Napa guy knows not to judge a man by his car's multicolored paint job or absence of modern gadgetry. Who cares if it's technically old enough to vote and the windows are powered by the strength of your left arm? Your monthly payment is zero, and it'll stay that way. Because with over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, you can keep anything on the road. She may not be pretty, but she's all yours. That's Napa know-how.